Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Get that out of there. Greetings. Hello. Happy Saturday to all of you. I don't know what's going on what part of this planet that you're on right now, but I hope you're feeling blessed and not stressed. It's your boy, Matty-Rants, and if you haven't felt it through my theme music, baby, I need you to listen because we're going to be talking about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16 today, Episode 2. Okay? I know y'all want to talk. Oh, my opinions today. You know what? Before we go any further, before we start down this path, down this long little road, disclaimer, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, gender, or wigs, and all opinions expressed by MattyRants and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program, so please don't be gross, rude, weird, strange, not a good person about it. Mamu-chan, you let your sister eat. Thank you, baby. Grab your libations and strap in because Matty is a talker and you may be here for a while. So if you feel uncomfortable after viewing this program, consume some Nymphia and have yourself a good poot. Oh, no, we got to do that early. We got to do that early. You may not like where I come from today. You might not receive me. I want you to understand my Libra is activated so hard this episode because I am going to call out some inconsistencies. And I am also going to say a few things because I may not have been affected as much as everybody else was by what was going on, but I found it really funny how some folks were talking about two other people last week, but then this week they were like, oh, it's not that, this is what we were asking for. I'm like, but that's what are we doing? I thought that was so strange. And also, like, consistency. Are we not talking about that? I don't know. For me, was this as great as the first episode? Do we like certain people on this cast for the second part of this? Where is this going? We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it today. I am not going to... I feel like some people came here expecting for me to yell at my computer. That's not going to happen. I am going to call some stuff out, though. I am going to also explain how somebody had to do something strategic in order to guarantee something to happen, which that's where it's kind of at. If you really want to go there, I'm just saying, you might hate me if I get on the show. You might hate me if I get on the show. You might hate me. You might hate me. And this also proved a fact for me that everybody played too nice. They played way too nice in this beginning. I'm like, what? Do you hear her? Do you hear her dragging you down the street? Get up. Get up. That was how I was feeling watching the show. I was like, nah, like we over here just smiling and stuff. Nah, baby, get up. Get up. Get up. She came in clearly set to play the villain and said, I'm going to do this, and that's what's going to be done. And it's the truth. I didn't care for some of the that came out their mouth, but I was also like, I mean, let's call it what it is. That lady came in there, dragged, and then won. I wonder what she's going to do. How about instead of what you're waiting for, listen to what's coming out of her mouth and don't believe her? Because if I had been, oh my God, see, that's the thing. Y'all might hate me because I would have done what Jane did. For the voting, oh, bitch, please. You're crazy. Oh, I'm going to do this on the opposite factor to make sure that I get in the top position no matter what. Because they already said they're going to vote for me. So, I'm going to use this and I'm going to play all that. I cannot hate that. I just didn't like it. Every 5 minutes, it was always dragging somebody, but we'll get into it. It was like, dang, every confessional, you upset, Slim Row. Like, what's going on? That's all. That's all. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna get there to it. It just feels like a lot of folks that were dragging certain people from last season, it's like not applying, and it doesn't. That's the part I don't get, where it's like, okay, so now do you see what we talk about when it comes to shade? Like, if you can't get mad at other girls and when the other girls do it, but then also turn around and go, I live for that shade. But it's like, but they're what are we doing? I don't know. Let's get there. I can't. Janique, that's kind of where I'm at. She gets on my nerves, but she's good TV. And there are people who got on my nerves who are good TV. And that's where this is happening. Some folks, we just are going to hate watch, but we're going to be like, okay, at least she's doing something. We'll talk about it today. What's a name? Yes, there were moments where it was, yeah, that. And then it was like, okay, girl, so you are, what's the tea? But I was waiting for someone to get her back. And that's the problem I was getting upset about, was no one saying anything. Are they afraid they're going to be the mean girl if they come back at her? That was me the whole episode. Are they gonna? Well, if I say something back, am I gonna be wrong? I'm like, no, read her. Like, you could see her lace. Don't do this. Like, she's dragging y'all. Talk about bricks. We can see your lace. Don't do that. All right, let me do my socials and everything, and then let me get this started so I can start to break down this episode. I just was so mad. Like, come on, like, wake up. Because then, if that had been the first group, do you think Sapphira Cristal would have allowed that lady to walk up in there and say that wouldn't have happened? Wouldn't have happened. Morphine would have been ready to go. This was a different group. Everybody was very nice. And then there was Jane. Like, hear that out. Everybody was so nice. And then there was Jane. Such a lovely group. And then there's Jane. That's all it was. It was like, oh, okay. Because I know damn well if Sapphira had sat there and you had said anything of the sorts, good is good. Listen. At MattyRants everywhere except for X, which is at the MattyRants. Y'all know when you click on my page on YouTube, going directly to the channel, there is an About section where it has all the links in place. So you can click it there. It'll take you to all my social media spaces and places where you can find me and get into those opinions there. I also do reactions on Patreon. Patreon, for as low as $1 a month, you can catch over 400 plus videos of me reacting to Drag Race and other franchise shows, LGBTQIA plus programming, plus things that you may suggest. I also have a little bit of a gaming thing happening now. I'm getting way more into it because there's a live chat on Patreon, which is so amazing to use. And I'm always up for Mario Party time. So by all means, check out the page. Get into the Iman. For as low as $1 a month. Shout out to all my Patreon subscribers right now that are watching this video currently. I appreciate all the supports. We were definitely talking in the comment section for Patreon. So, like, this season's going to be, I see a lot of think pieces. A lot of people are going to be talking about it because multiple scenarios and situations are occurring throughout the show. Also, I have merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. That link is also in the About section. And I do have Cameo for Matty-Rants. I'll send you something really special from the heart. It's more than 2 minutes long for sure. About whatever's going on, whether it's your birthday, you need some advice, a celebration that you're going through, whatever, I got you. There's already 196 of you here, and it's not even 10 minutes into this. That makes my heart flipping full. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Hit that like button because the algorithm appreciates it. And then get in the comment section and talk about this episode and what your feelings are about certain cast members or say certain situations that happen on the show. Again, the algorithm appreciates it. How do I know that? Because this last episode that we did has reached 10,000 views. Thank you so very much for watching. And let's continue that trend alert going on. Outside of titty tassels being the trend alert for episode 1. I was like, oh, we getting this over here too? Everybody wearing titty tassels. All right. I'm just going to post it again because we're going to have feelings today. I'm going to be very light-skinned about it. This program is for entertainment purposes only. I read it once before, but you can read it again. Like, seriously, y'all, don't send hate to anybody from this show. Not at least coming from this group over here. If you want to do your own nonsense in other places, you keep that over there. Don't bring that over here. Matty, I went out and read somebody. I don't like that. I don't care. I see these ladies later. Okay. I'm about to be in the same arena as most of them. Been on a stage with some of them before. You know what I'm saying? Well, Honey Davenport's my mama. Olivia Lux was literally the person behind. Come on now. So I'm asking you, chill. We can talk about it and we can have feelings too. And if you don't like somebody, express yourself. But like when it gets to the point of being nasty, that's what I don't care for. Or even coming from me, I'm like, okay, girl, like whatever you're going through, you're going through. But it is what it is. Trust. It's a TV show. It's reality TV. When they get off camera, they go back to their own lives and whatever they're going on and whatever they're doing. Right? Just like you, whenever you leave work. You leave work, you go to your own life. All right? You don't take that with you. When I turn off this camera, I'm a completely different person. I'm not. I mean, I am, but I'm also not at the same time, if you get what I'm saying. So like, relax. If you want to drop a tip in my jar for your boy hosting today, I'm a father of 2 children, Mamu-chan and Minako. For those of you who don't know, my kids are named after Sailor Moon characters, Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Venus. They've been the joys of my life. That cat video is still coming. I just didn't realize how much of Drag Race was about to be like thrown on me because UK versus the World dropped their cast. Their Meet the Queens is Monday. We'll talk about that in a second. But if you want to drop a tip in my jar for your boy hosting and giving you entertainment today, not necessary, but certainly appreciate it because, bitch, I got to take these Ubers right now for these kids as well as my own ass, but I appreciate it. And sincerely, all the love that y'all have been sending me over the years, the weeks, the days. I love y'all down, but it's PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash-Up.MattyRants. But MattyRants, the thumbs up button is for free. Hit it. Get in that comment section. Y'all ready to start the show? Y'all ready to get into it today? For everybody wanting to know, yes, I'm doing a UK versus the World 2 video for YouTube and for Patreon for the reaction. I'm waiting for Monday for Meet the Queens. There's actually going to be like a cold front that's going to drop the temperature really bad out here in Texas. So if the power's not out, we're going to be good to go. Because y'all remember when the power had went out that one time on me, right? We will do it Monday. So I will make sure once I get everything set up to go, I will at least post it 4 to 5 hours in advance. So you have enough time to know it in case the notifications don't come. We will talk about everybody from UK versus the World. Espana All-Stars also. Jesus. Espana All-Stars also is going to be dropping their cast in their Meet the Queens very soon as well. I will cover that this upcoming week soon. So yes, last week was a lot. This week is a lot. Drag Race is back in full force again, 2024. Jesus. Yeah. So there's a lot to come. But shout out to everybody who's at DragCon UK right now as well. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're meeting all the queens that you want to meet. DragCon is an excellent, awesome, amazing experience. I highly recommend anybody that if you get a chance to go, you get to go. I also suggest you bring money if you're trying to meet certain people because the price to meet folks can be kind of high, sometimes not so much. So if that's the best advice I can give you for DragCon, don't go in there with no cointadas. And if you go in there with a small amount, you go see who you want to see. Not who you think, oh, maybe I should step in this. See who you want to see first. Then after that, make your decisions wisely. You might catch somebody walking and they're kind enough to say hello. There you go. You just got back and it was great. I love that, Lisa. I hope you had a good time. Hope you had a good time. Not everybody's booth is like that. I saw some people who had $10, like, or just buy one thing. That's the best booths where it's like just buy one thing and we could do a meet and greet. Those are the good ones. No shade. I know people got to pay bills, but I'm like, anywho. Okay, so yes, this is a live. I am a talker, and we do have timestamps that are going to be coming up in the comment section. So if you are a person who has limited space for patience, I suggest you go over to the comment section a little bit later in this video. You'll see Mhi'Ya, one of my moderators, and they'll have all the timestamps so you can get to where you want to go. And trust me, whenever I run off into a different tangent, that's also in the timestamp, so you can skip those moments if you're not a cool girl. Here's some light stuff before we get to the tough stuff. I am going to place videos of me and Hershey LiqCour-Jete all over this video, beginning, middle, and end. Many moments ago, not moments, I should say a few years ago when I lived in LA, one of my first experiences of really understanding that, yes, I'm fully going to get myself into the drag race world, but also drag world in general and perform, was seeing Cornbread perform at Hamburger Mary's. I've been looking at drag for years, but when I finally was making the decisions, it's when I moved to LA. Hershey is one of the first queens that I've gotten also to see perform, but also a part of the Jete legacy and family. So you will have to forgive me today because I'm going to post some videos from when my hair was much shorter and to show y'all the light and love that Hershey is, okay? Because I was like, bitch, I may never get this opportunity again. But like, they're also the first one to walk into the workroom here, and we will go by numbers. I'm going to let this poll be up for a minute. Many moons ago, Maddie's hair was so short, but this is me and Hershey double dutching with cornbread. And this is Red Line, for those of you who remember Red Line downtown. I think they moved, but this was another location. I used to live literally around the corner from them. They've been a key since the beginning, since I've known them. This is why I go hard for cornbread. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand now why I don't play about certain people? Okay. When you get to know folks, you get to know motherfuckers, right? We could talk about looks not being there, but when you having a good time with some people like this, you can't take it out. Oh, I started lip syncing. What is wrong with me? I didn't even know what I was doing at this point. I'm not putting it up. But Hershey LiqCour-Jete is the first one to walk into this workroom, and I'm very proud to see somebody who I have a lot of admiration for get their time to shine on here. I don't got nothing bad to say. Don't come over here. Hey, friend. I am nervous for you, sister. I'm going to tell you why, because that reveal did not reveal for me. I'm going to be honest with you. And two, your storyline was early. Shout out to you and Plasma having one of the best friendships so far this season. I'm just saying, friend, you gave the whole story. I said, well, God damn it. We don't even get a chance to see it later. I said, uh-oh. I got nervous for her. So again, love me some Hirsch. I'm going to be rooting for her. I'm afraid. I said, damn, we getting a lot of you for safe this week. This is scary. Scary. Next up is Plasma. By way of Texas, New York. Plasma, if you're watching this video, where in Texas? Can you just say Houston so I feel better about myself? You don't have to lie. Yes, you do. I'm kidding. But shout out to Plasma. Honestly, I don't see the bad makeup. Jane's gonna let us know about 3 times in this episode how bad Plasma's makeup is. I'm like, now, are we mad at the contour? Because we have seen other gingerbread ladies that have stepped into the workroom with noses that have plucked a few, but I didn't really care for it with that commentary. Oh, see, now I'm getting early. I'm getting early. I like Plas. I like Plas. She said 60-plus-year-old drag queen in a 24-year-old's body. I thought it was pretty much there. I thought the nose was also a part of the bit, too. I don't know. I like me some Plas. Everybody, let me get a number. Oh, let me see the ones. Hit that one if you somehow Plasma grew on you the entire episode. I know they're playing the underdog bit, but I was like, Plasma, I kind of lived and breathed from the beginning. Not maybe the girls are underestimating you, but I saw it. I saw it, bitch. I don't care what nobody say. I saw it. I was like, you know what? I think she will be a contender this season. She's very entertaining. I also don't agree with Michelle's critiques. I'm like, it's a short show and they want to do talent. And then one of my critiques, and I've gotten this in life, and it's because this is why I also have the drag name Piece of Cake, because I'm good at everything. I'm not bad at anything. I've never had that issue in life. I'm good at everything. If you threw me in a sport, I'm on the A team or I'm on varsity. If you threw me into like any sort of instruments that working, I'm over there first chair. I wasn't bad at anything. So when someone tells me like, you don't need to be the master of all, but the master like only of one. I'm like, like, but what if you're actually just very fucking good at everything? And we have seen people on the show who are on multiple levels of very good. You can agree with Michelle Crafty Dale and anybody else that listened to that. That's fine. I personally was happy to see, oh, not only can she do this, this, and this all in the same time. I didn't receive it that way because I'm one of them folks. Girl, I can do all of that. I mean, hell, who knows what my talent show is going to be? I might start off with a joke and go into a lip sync and then do my stunt work with my with all the gymnastics that I've learned over the years. That's all. But no, if you agree with Michelle, I'm not dragging you. That's how you feel. Sometimes we're on a different page. That's all right. For me though, I'm not a one-trick pony, girl. And no shade to girls who are good at one thing. I can do anything better than you. I grew up with a family of 10, okay? We had to be better than each other. My dad made us all competitors. So it wasn't like basically describing my life. I was in band at the same time I was in football, at the same time I was doing track, at the same time I was doing symphony, because I did the cello and the clarinet at the same time. And I was running football and track because my dad wanted to have his way. My mom wanted to have her way. And I was also trying to like audition for plays and end up getting the roles. Do you see what I'm saying? Like all around girl. That's why I kind of live for her. You know what I mean? Just like, okay, you could do a lot. Yes, I played the clarinet, but I like the clarinet. And by the way, I was terrible at reading music. I'm more of a, if I can hear it, I can play it. So I play by sound. Like once I've heard the song over and over and you show me what the keys were, got it. But like reading music, I was always terrible at. Always terrible at. And hey, we could have different opinions on this. I disagree, and I politely do so. Thank you for the super chat. I'm just here to say Plain Jane is a miserable. Okay. Thank you for your money. Well, okay. My goodness, hey, feelings that you have, those are feelings. Strong feelings, they are. Very strong. I got some super chats. Some tippy poos. My bad. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Z Chili, thank you so much for the super chat. Just requested a cameo. Live for you, Matty. Well, thank you, Pokes. Let me make sure I get that out to you today. I'm going to meet up with some friends today. We haven't seen each other in 2 weeks, and that's not okay. We're losing it right now in our friend department. But yes, I will make sure to get that cameo request for you. All my love to you, and thank you, baby. This is going to be a spirited group, I see. Y'all better be glad that I'm in my Libra shit today, and I'm not going to be reacting to everybody. Therapy and age will get you. I'm telling you, I'm in a good space today. We're going to be talking. 300 people in the room. Thumbs up. Love you. Thank you, down. But I do have some tippy poos I need to get to. I'm not really great at reading music. However, I can detect certain notes. Yeah, I'm good at listening. Like I can play the Final Fantasy VII theme song still on the piano, on my clarinet, on the cello. I'm like certain songs will resonate with me where I'm like, oh, I can play that. It's no tea. Shout out to Michelle. Thank you so much for the tippy poo, my love. Hold on. I want to get the messages because y'all be sending messages. Y'all in this upcoming storm, stay safe. Thank you so much because I'm definitely going to the grocery store tomorrow in the morning before it hits in the afternoon to get some foods that don't need to be refrigerated. Monica, thank you for the tippy poo. Appreciate the generosity. For the hardest working kitty daddy, stay safe. Thank you. Also, whoever just said the winter storm, thank you for reminding me I need to get litter. Because if this power goes out, I'll be damned if I got smell catch. But I like me some plasma. That sounds so weird to say, but I like plasma. Also, this is the duo I need. I will be highly upset if we don't get this friendship often and in return for our stay with Drag Race at this point in time. I want this friendship to stay. Belchan, thank you so much for the super chat. I need to freshen up my sight reading because I'm a bit rusty. I couldn't tell you nothing about it. I still have my sheet music from my clarinet in my one of my storage containers here. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. Tubba was that the song? Tupperwumpa, was that one of the songs they used to? When I was doing band, I had to go to a Caucasian school, and there was literally only 8 black people, including myself, there. And that's when all the white kids would be like, "You sure you're black?" Yes. Then my mom and my dad would have to come in, and they would never like act that way. Then I go to a completely different school, and it was like, "Okay, this you bright." And I'm like, "Yeah." Oh, my life was always the best. Justin, thank you for the super chat. Did you see how Plasma had Jan all over her robe? You know I got the screen grab. Come on, Justin. You know me. I got the screen grab. Peace to Mateo. That's why I was always under conflict, because like the way I was raised wasn't like that. But then I go places and people would be testing me, child. I was like, whoo, honey. Geneva Carr is up next. I'm here for our Mexican-born sister. She's also representing Brownsville, Texas. Let me tell you something about Brownsville. I've been through there before, Geneva. I said, okay, Tip. Many moons ago, I had to go to Marine Military Academy in Harlingen, Texas. That's where you see some of those shorts that I wear and a yellow shirt. I may do that again. Let me tell you. I have a love for all my Texas sisters. Anybody from this state that's doing drag or is just living authentically themselves, full in the LGBTQIA plus, especially the girls in the small towns dealing with these, because there's still sundown towns in Texas. Okay, I live. I'm telling you, I do. I'm the middle child to my dad. You know, I have to be the most eclectic of the family. And certainly I take that title, and my brothers and sisters would agree. I'm the entertainer of the group, so I had to be put in stuff. But yeah, also my parents were trying to make me be a different person because they saw this happening. So I was always thrown into things. They were trying to butch me up. Everything was like, throw him in there, make him do this, put him in self-defense class, put him in karate. I had to do everything, which is why piece of cake fits me so well, because girl, it's like, what do you need me to do? I'll go ahead and do it. It's no two. Oh, Tess, thank you for the super chat. Real hungover today. You had a good time last night, though. I hope so. Happy to lay in bed and hear some tea from one cat mom to another. Shout out to my cat parents. How about my pet parents in general? From the hamsters to the parrots to the kitties to the dogs. I hope your babies are showing you love today. And I hope they're not giving you too much trouble. And shout out to anybody's pet that's sick right now. I understand. I like Geneva. I like Geneve. I want Geneva to voice her opinion a little bit more. I feel there's some feistiness in her, but I want her to pick it up. I need her to pick it up real quick. Okay. And what I'm talking about is that a lot of these girls came in here and they're all very nice, and they're a little bit like, we're going to throw a little jab or two, but they weren't coming in as heavy as the next person. Like the next person to come in here was swinging all kinds of Russian on the table. Okay. It felt very that. So like, I need them to pick it up. Because Geneva, I see you being that girl, and I know you're that girl. I know you are. I know you are. I was like, ooh, please pick it up. Don't play safe. It's the first episode. Grab that bitch by the hair, swing her around, Trunchbull style, please. I have a snake. His name is Mr. Wiggles. That's cute. I love that's cute. Asia, thank you so much for the tippy poo on Cash App. Send Jane home ASAP. Shut up. The only way they'd be able to know, because then she has immunity. So it's going to be hard to send her home, child. I'm telling you. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Ari, I see you on my Venmo. Thank you, baby. Hearts back to you. I appreciate the tippy poo. And then, okay, I'm gonna read that later. But thank you also for the tippy poo on PayPal. Thank you so very much. I'm gonna say the name, baby. You told me to read this later, though, and I will. Mamu, why am I hearing you chirp? Thank you, Lisa. I'm gonna read that later. I appreciate you, baby. But yeah, Geneva. I like Geneva. I drive that car. Act up, Geneva. Don't let them punk you, girl. You were from Texas, bitch. You are made for this. We read over here. We play like that. Don't you let her do you like that. It's okay. Whoa. Wow. Everybody relax. Everyone relax. Everyone relax. Everyone relax. Relax. We can throw out so many names right now. It's not even funny. Cause like it's so funny. Everyone kept saying to me, this is plain Jane, by the way. They're like, well, okay, here comes economy Jimbo. And I was like, are we really doing this? Like, a lot of the girls serve body, but I see what you're saying from the talent show. But I'm like, the body is giving. Okay. Like, I'm just going to say that the body eats. This body eats. Her padding game is right. Like, can we at least acknowledge that before we talk about the personality? That's all I'm going to say. Before we get into Fran Lessa. Come on back, Matty. That wasn't right. Fran Lessa. For those who've seen The Nanny, that was a perfect drag. But listen, the body is right. The outfit is giving. I don't care what y'all say. The hair looks cute until you zoom in. The makeup is done. She is beat. She beat. I can't stand what's happening inside the brain. But when I say I'm not going to be a hater, boo. No, she's giving. The body is she gives. But like, I'm going to say Fran Lessa. Because that's what this was giving me very much. No, we wouldn't. I wouldn't want to go there. Talk about we wouldn't survive a day in Russia. That's not on my agenda of wanting to be. No place that I would want to go, especially their views on homosexuality. I think I'm good. I think we're good there. Listen. You can't knock this. The girl is pretty. The body is right. Why did no one clock her lace? Every looking like Chucky when he was getting them that hair stitched in. I am so confused. You let her read y'all. I said, okay, Matthew. We'd have been going back and forth, but it wouldn't have been me going fuck her. It'd been like, oh, she want to play? Okay, let's play, girl. Let me clock the top. Let's go for here. Let's do all of that. But also, again, I don't know if everybody was just afraid to come out, like to just just go in. I don't know. Like, she also kind of read them in a different language too, but like, it is what it is. Now, listen. Plain does look a little bit like Plain. No, this isn't shade. You do look like if someone put vodka in rosé, because you're Russian, so that makes more sense. You look a little bit like rosé, but not. Does that make sense? Like, not. They don't look like her, but I don't know what it is. It just because they all don't look alike. Let's not do that. They just something maybe it's the jack. I don't know. Like, let me go back and look at Rosé's confessional look. They look like they may be related. There we go. They could be related, like cousins, possibly. Yeah, there we go. Let's not say they look alike. They look related though. Like, I could see y'all being the same family, possibly. Who said Dave Franco? Shut the fuck up. Ooh. Do look a little bit like Dave Franco. Something right here. Something in the jaw. They were in that one movie where that couple couldn't sleep next door that just had a baby. I'm glad y'all didn't say James Franco. Ooh. I'm like, is Dave still getting work? Because the other one isn't. And you know why. Nasty. Huh. Can't, won't, will not. We have some super chats. Thanks for tuning in. 350 plus of you here. I know y'all were expecting me to read this girl. I'm going to talk about a few moments I didn't care for, but personally, I wasn't particularly mad the entire episode. There are certain takes I do not agree with her on, where I was like, now, bitch, what are you talking about? Holding up signs ain't a talent, then go over there and squirt something on your own breasticles. We've already seen Jimbo show. I mean, Burger Finger was funny. The song was funny. But still, I'm like, well, I don't, what? Like, I don't think so. But you were funny. Okay. It definitely changed the temperature in the room. But Peace to Mateo. Thank you for the super chat. It's Diva Talks. Bye. Thank you for the super chat. Bye, Miss Flores. With my polymerization card, I use Katya and Jimbo to fusion summon Plain Jane. Come on. Oh, God. Stupid. Phil Chan, super chat. Rose with less chin and different hair. Rose's face in a cylinder. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. She really mined the reality TV villains book of tropes to get her camera time. Well, she will be casted for House of Villains if they do get another season. So ain't nothing wrong with that. That's still getting on the payroll. Some girls at least know what they're doing. It was a little overboard at times, but like I found some jokes funny, but other times I'm like, okay, so do you have anything nice to say? As far as shade goes, I definitely prefer the shady episode 1 to the catty main cabin airlines of episode 2. That's just me. Key on a hook. That's why I don't understand why the other two got so much hate compared to Plain Jane, where in reality, I wasn't going to get on the internet and go fuck her, but I was going to be like, okay, so she came in kind of hard. The other two were commenting on like things and it didn't seem, I don't know. I felt everyone's temperature check is weird when it comes to this and how everybody is acting like this was so sickening, but the other two was so like rotted. It's like, huh? Like, and then when people bring like race into the conversation and they're like, oh, y'all are just baiting again. But it's like, but there is a clear difference here. Like literally hues different. So yeah, we're like bringing it up and we're making that the conversation because you did that. Like you made her like the echelon of shade when last week that was not the tea for you because a mandatory meeting you love so much, which Amanda didn't even receive what they said as shade. That's why everyone's having this conversation. And that's why for me, I'm not watching this going, you know what, Matt? I'm about to get on the internet and just go fuck her and fuck all that. I'm going, let me watch this entire city burn while everybody sits here and has the same conversation to where we could have just enjoyed this moment. She's good TV. She's a little bit of a bitch, but she told us that. So that's why I'm not mad at her. But I'm also going, there's a few times where I'm like, sister, you doing too much. That I didn't have that with Morphine and Tsunami, and that has nothing to do with race. That's just me observing from a show standpoint that there were positive moments that Tsunami and Morphine had with people versus Plain coming in going, bitch, I'm about to eat these hoes and I'm eating them the whole episode. And did though, because no one challenged her, in my opinion. So if you don't like her, I see exactly why. If you live for her, I get it. And it has nothing to do with you being white or black. This is the most light-skinned thing I have ever said in my life. Okay? But I'm just being serious where I'm like, it does feel like it has to do with race because of how y'all flip-flopped and did the switch with these other two, but not for Plain. 2, when Mistress and Lux were reading the girls, y'all were really trying it. Now all of a sudden, this is fun. Come on now. Let's not do that today. It took me a while to get diabetes humor in the way that they like come back and do all that kind of stuff, right? And I started to appreciate it later in the show versus the beginning of the show. You know what I'm saying? This is not the case. I'm wondering how Jane's going to play the rest of the show. That's different. The way Jane will probably never be mass reported. I mean, I literally had a time on Drag Race, y'all. If you remember season 11 when it was Evie, Raja, and Silky and all of them, or even season 9 with Nina Benita Brown. Like anytime I stuck up for anybody black, I was called the N-word out through the roof. I was basically told to go do things to myself that were not holy or clean. I have stood my ground, baby, as far as the people that I support and love and appreciate on the show. And I'm not racially biased, no matter what the girls on Reddit say and do all of that. Trust me, you've seen me in my interviews and do this, that, and the other. I do relate to more queens differently sometimes. I do relate to folks a lot more. But like, as far as like walking in with anger and malice and rage over something that happened on TV years ago that these people have already probably had conversations about, which I haven't seen Geneva post anything about being called a piglet yet, which if that was the case, we can react differently. But like, I don't know. I would have been hot to find out that someone called me a piglet though. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be very real. Like, this might be funny, but when I tell you, if I had found out later, like, let's say Jane never told me she said this, and I had to see this on TV, I'd have been fucking hot. What are you talking about? Maddie, you drugged the fuck out of June Jambalaya by a swear. Exactly. And June is good people. That you saw me. I saw her at DragCon. We had a key. I saw her at the club later. Remember when I went to Simone and Gigi's house for the House of Avalon? Shout out to House of Avalon. I saw June there at the same location. We was cutting up and drinking. See, that's the thing. Like, it's so different from when you realize, yes, this is a TV show and it was filmed months ago. Like, be passionate in this moment, but don't take it like they carried this for years or weeks and stuff like that. All a villain that is entertaining, but to come out that mean and negative out the gate is like basically asking for no support. Grim, that I can understand. And this is why I'm not defending Plain Jane here. I'm basically giving you an answer to why everything's happening, and I'm doing the Libra thing. I'm trying to be fair. It just felt like she never let off the gas the whole episode. That was my issue with her. The entire episode. She kept a knife on her at all times. We were in prison. They were on Drag Race. Jane was in prison, fighting for her life. She wouldn't have no one top her that night. Stab. That was my only issue with her. It was like, oof, okay, she hasn't let off the gas. That's all. That was my issue with Jane. Like, I just was annoyed that it just kept going and there wasn't sort of a break in the water. It was like, okay, got it. That's it for me. I'm thinking we have a long road ahead of us, so let's wait. It's possible, that when we get back to later on in the season, they get those arcs where people tell their stories and da-da-da-da-da. That happens. So, this happens sometimes. We stop liking folks and all of a sudden something happens. We're like, oh, we like this and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I was just like, okay. But yeah, it was a lot for me at one point. I was like, girl, I got a break from the other two. You are just still going. Okay. Anywho, let's move on from that. I know we have more things to say, but yeah, for me, she didn't really take me out that much. I'm waiting for her to do something a little bit heavier, if I'm being real with you. For me, it was like, okay, this is just a lot, and you're doing this for TV. That's how I received it. But Miss Flores, thank you for the super chat. Also, in my opinion, Shade is reactionary. So when Jane was just going off with no back and forth, it just seems like she is just rude and mean. Again, that's why I was mad no one was bantering back with her. Because, like, she's throwing shit and y'all just going, oh, what? Read her. Like, come on. Yeah, she looks good, but fuck her. Like, do that. You could read a pretty bitch. It's no shade. Don't be intimidated by the dolls now. Shoot. That's all for me. That's why I couldn't be mad at Jane, even though it was like, girl, this is annoying. It's just, girl, I need y'all hoes to fight her back. Like, please hurry up. Like, do not let her think that she can just eat you alive like that. Like, play the game. Like, even Megami and Untucked didn't respond back the way I felt she should have when basically she was like, so you think that holding up the posters was a good idea? It was like, hold on, bitch. Like, she's like, I'm here for a message and I'm okay with that. That's fine. But you need to go into, and so how about you? Like, going all that, like, get her. But no, I like Megami. Megami's cool. I'm always here for a cosplay queen. Her for press week doing Morgan from Darkstalkers and also like Marvel vs. Capcom. Oh, I love that. I love a cosplay queen. But if I'm going to be honest with you, she is giving me congeniality edit, and I'm nervous. I like Megami. They seem like a great individual. I also see that they can have a little fire in them too. Right now, I'm getting nervous, and it's making me nervous. Somebody else also, who I'm about to talk about, who I love a lot, also gave me nervous first episode. And I'm like, child, wake up. Wake up. Because these people are, some folks are clearly getting in front of the camera and are peeing. My Iman, my sister, I love you down. Love the creamsicle orange. Jane talking about that corset making her look bigger. I couldn't believe it. But my Iman Paige, I love her. I live and breathe for her. I think she's everything. I am concerned for this beginning. I don't set the bar. I flip them. You gave me nervous this week. You are a bad bitch. Wake up. That's what I want to tell some of these girls. Wake up. Wake up. Like, oh, you might not have done well. I want her to pull it up. Like, I don't know if Jane needs to just read her one good time and it'd be like, okay, fuck all this. I don't know what needs to be the activation. I need to get up because I like her and she is talented and she's good at what she does. Get the fuck up. Okay. It's only the first episode. So I am assuming everybody gets a little bit deeper. We haven't even met everybody yet. You know what I'm saying? She is cool and I like her and I love her energy, but it's a little quiet right now and she might just be that introvert. That's fine. Wake up, sister. The Russians are invading. Wake up, Mhi'Ya. Dapper Frog. It felt like the edibles were hitting a couple of the girls and they were just like, woo, please. But I'm familiar with her from her TikToks as well as, if for the y'all that don't know, that's Kennedy's daughter. Yeah. So like, I'm very hyped to see Mhi'Ya on the show and I want to see more from her. I was a little bit nervous this week. It was like, okay, baby, I need you to pick it up, 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 pick it up. Don't let them girls outshine you on the camera time because trust me, the quiet ones do not win Drag Race. Even Sasha Velour was speaking. You better look at that reunion. Like, you got to step up. You got to wake up. I love you. Hey, Pesky. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Almost 400 of you here. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become a part of this Rant Pack family. I appreciate the tips that I've received so far. We got some cameo requests, new Patreon members. Thank you for the love. Appreciate y'all for being here. If you want to drop a tip in my jar, it's rolling down here, but let's continue. Yeah, I think that may be it because this group, outside of Jane, they all seem very sweet. And the other group, there was some fire in that piece. Like there was some girls that were reading. Even a mandatory meeting with her goofy self gave a little something. You know what I mean? Like, and that's fine. No, they're all good. I'm not saying they're a boring group. It's just there was way more activity coming out of that other group, where this group, it felt like folks were like, wow, we're here. And then there's Jane. So that's why I don't put Nymphia in that same category because Nymphia was in her own world to me. I love you. Nymphia wins everything. I love how Geneva's like, oh girl, I've seen you on TikTok and your dances and your flips and stuff like that. She reminded me of Housewives of Miami when she was talking. She sounded like Alexia a little bit to me when she was talking to her. But then it's when Geneva said, well, I do TikTok too. I decorate my leg hair. Okay. All right. You know what? If there are new subscribers and it's monetized, I'm here for it. Why? Listen. Who's seen that episode of South Park when they have to like put cameras over everyone's bathroom because Clyde's mother was sucked down the bathroom, down the toilet? Because it was the seat down, the seat up debate. And there's that one guy that's in a room that's looking at everyone on camera and he's like hitting the lotion. Like, this is what this gives me. Like, all of a sudden we pan out to some really interesting looking man who's watching a whole bunch of screens of that. And then Cartman pops up and it's security. I will always give you a South Park reference. You know this. I mean, The Office is on right now, currently in the background for me. Anything that Comedy Central has touched outside of some of the comedy stand-up specials that aren't funny, yes, I will talk about. But listen, Nymphia Wind, I'm so here for you. Not your French toast. I love French toast. Don't do that. I love this bitch. She's everything. There's so much about Nymphia Wind that I want them to, yeah. I'm here for Banana Buddha. Like, I'm here for it. I'm here for the madness of it all. There is just going to be so many things said that are not going to make sense or are going to be completely it's going to miss everybody. Something about her, everything is intriguing. It is I want to know more about you. Not that she told Hershey that they thought their song was a Bob the Drag Queen song. I said, girl, what? Oh, she's a fool. Like, talk about someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously, but also brings it to the runway. I'm here for it. She was also throwing little shady stuff too, but it was very light. It was very, very pastel, very light, not earth tones, not grounded. It was very light. But Nymphia Wind, you got a fan from me. You got a fan out of me. Does that what words? I'm a fan. I stand. I'm here for her. I love her energy. She makes me like this group a lot more. No, I like the group, but she added something to it. Please put something very light in here. They've been cutting up all day. We need something a little bit different. But now that we have seen all of the queens come through the workroom, I mean, we've already seen this through the sneak peek, but we've talked about it again with y'all today. RuPaul in this wig welcomes them into the competition. Ru, this is a completely different suit. I feel like, have you worn something similar to this before? I don't care. It's a great suit. It's a good suit. It's a good suit. I love it. So much better than the last pajamas. Bananas and pajamas are coming down the stairs. Choo-choo. Like this so much better. Love it. But yeah, RuPaul introduces the queens to the show, tells them they're officially Ru girls, and tells them to get ready for a mini photo shoot, and that many twists and turns will come. Also, we didn't get a full shot of this until they stepped down the stairs. I do love it when there's a big pow of color on a black and white moment, and it's in the shoe. I like this, Ru. It was right. Gave me what I needed to give. A mandatory meeting spirit lives in I Love Connie. Okay? Love Connie. It does. A mandatory meeting spirit lives in Love Connie. All right? This was funnier to me in terms of scenario and situation versus the porch. I like the porch. Ru's porch was funny. It was good. But something about this, TS Madison. How dare you have her fucking here and not on the panel this week? No shade to Ross of Matthews. Okay? No shade to Matthews of Rossmart. None. But how dare you put her in here and we don't get her on the main stage? I was mad. How dare they? This was funny. This was hilarious. This is why I thought this was better than the porch one. The porch one was funny because of the queens that were making it funny with RuPaul. This was funny because T.S. Madison and RuPaul can do this banter back and forth bullshit. And they are very much aware of what they are serving today. So like When Love Connie stepped out the room, which this was still very funny. Very funny. When Rue popped up and said, all right, I'm ready to go. And you know, she put on her best. She remembers the days, Rue. Ha ha. Before the tax bracket, Rue. She puts on that voice. Okay. They were just doing all the work. It was so funny. All the commentary, every bit that they were throwing at everyone, hilarious. Now, my issue with some of the queens and why I also felt certain situations with this show, or I should say this episode versus the show. Let's not put this as a whole, but this episode, bitches were scared and people were nervous. And I get it. Who knows what's going to happen when I get there? I might end up pooping myself. You know what I mean? Like if the Matty-Rants is hidden, I don't know what's going to happen. But a lot of them were nervous. You are supposed to banter. This is about comedy. This is about improv. Yes, you want to take a good picture, but you need to improv. I think Mhi'Ya was not sleeping for real. And everyone says that she was. If Mhi'Ya, you were sleeping for real, let us all know. I assumed you were playing the bit at the DMV where you've been there for so long and you're waiting for your number to be called, and then they finally wake you up to then do what you have to do. I thought she was playing. Because have you been to the DMV? Oh my God. For those of you who live in LA, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who live in Phoenix, you know what I'm talking about. And I know this because of my licenses that I've gotten when I lived out in those places and how packed every one of them was. If you live in Texas, do you know they had a whole issue with the machines printing licenses at one point in time? So like they didn't let anybody know for a couple of weeks and people were just going up to the DMV to go get their driver's license renewed, and they were literally sitting in line just to be told to come back. Who remembers taking their first driver test? I'm so happy I didn't do it to the DMV. I am so thankful to God that I am not. I went to a school because they had it through my high school that I was going to. There was like a driver's ed thing you could do. And I ended up taking those classes there. So it was like in this strip mall in the Woodland somewhere by this Brothers Pizza. Bitch. And I used to go in there. It's like all my classmates were like, oh, we're trying to get our cars. And I remember like I hated one instructor and I liked the other two. The other two were great, but this one dude, oh, he was so grumpy and he smelled like Asperg. Like just I was about to say smell like Asperger's, but I think someone with Asperger's would think I'm talking about them, but I was referring to the Asperger's that Cartman had in that one episode of South Park. So I felt that reference was going to read wrong because I was talking about those Asperger's and not that Asperger's. Come back with me. Come back with me. That's where the joke went. I promise you, that's where the joke was going. And I was like, wait, someone with Asperger's may find that not be funny, but that's not about them. It's about the Cartman's storyline. It's very that. Y'all remember that episode they called Stan an alcoholic because he was maturing, so all the music sounded like poop. Oh, that was a terrible episode. Was it a bad episode? It was a two-parter. As a person with Asperger's, I was not offended. Okay. I was referring to the Asperger's episode. Just want to make sure. And Burger Finger, low key. Low key. Burger Finger, too. You know I say things differently, Liam. You know my language is not the right language. I don't know English at all. Remember, I don't know song lyrics. I make up my own. I'm like a curve. I'm gonna get hit by a car out of nowhere. See, example. I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Apologies for my stupidity. Mhi'Ya said she wasn't like actually asleep or that she wasn't playing. Help me. Come on, Bell Champ. Thank you, baby. Appreciate the super chat. Shauna, I was at the DMV 8 hours just to transfer. Whoa! Oh. When I tell you I was happy they started making appointments at the DMV. That's one of my favorite things, making a point. Oh my God, thank you. Because if I go in there, I know at least within an hour, they're going to have to see me. Within an hour. After that, something's wrong. Ru was having a good time. Did anyone notice how much blush she had on her cheeks? If I'm the only person that paid attention, I was on the phone with my friend David, and we were talking about the episode, and I got to this picture, and I was like, girl, that's a lot of blush. It reminds me when she was an elf. Remember on All Star 7, and she was giving all kinds of rosy cheeks? I said, oh, they gave her a little... Very that. I love it. And count. And count. I thought Plasma got the bit. They knew to do the jokes. And I mean, literally, they threw everything at her and she knew what to do. Fred Astaire. I was like, oh, very that. You know, Plain Jane, I don't know why you missed the... Why did you miss the OnlyFans joke? Like, she pulled in later, but the first time they threw that up there, I'm like, she wasn't ready for the only... I would assume Melania Trump would have been ready for an OnlyFans joke. She pulled in later, but I was like, how did she miss? She was like, no. And I'm like, Jay, that was kind of an easy one. They read you as a whore. So I was confused. She wasn't sleeping. I forgot. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was right. Okay, bet. Thank you. I was right. Because I'm like, that's what it would give at the DMV. Like, bitch, we've been here forever. The worst thing they could have done is let Plain Jane through that room, seeing them out of drag before she was. My God. She said she said, no one is the trade of the season. These are more of people I would want to trade in. I'm sorry, that gagged me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I said, oh. I was like, oh, what? And Hershey, my good sister, made me let out. I'm like, you don't know trade either, but okay. I was like, sure. Oh my God. I said, this is a lot. Oh my goodness. Hershey has a lovely smile. She is the villain of the season, like self-appointed villain of the season. I was like, bitch, you are helping her take off her corset, and she called you all kinds of hideous makeup. Man, Jade, you were why were you dragging Plasma so hard? Every time she talked about Plasma, she kept talking about that hideous makeup. I'm like, whoo. I wonder if she'll ever say it to her face. She called them all bricks. I was like, oh my God, y'all are better than me. I'd have been like, they've already done this last season, sweetie, and they were more likable than you. No one was reading her. Oh, it bothered me. It bothered me. Everyone was just, okay, no, drag that bitch. She's kidding you. Come on. First of all, Carmelo, Dawn is of a different breed of human. If not, I wouldn't even claim them as human, because this is a Dawn Stan account over here, and we know who Dawn is. Dawn is that girl. Hi, Dawn, by the way. Love you, sister. I know you're watching. Dawn said some shit that made me, I had to share it to the panel. I said, girl, did you see this conversation that Dawn had in the reply, and how it sometimes takes a person of the same color to make other folks realize where the take goes? I don't know. She let her have called me a brick. I said, okay, construction worker like, what are you talking about? Like, say something back. That's all. That's all I wanted them to do, was just say something back to her. Like, y'all let her run you down just a tad bit for me. Mhi'Ya sleeping, then getting up and twerking and doing a split. I said, well, all right, baby. Ru loves some Nymphia wind. I said, uh-oh, here we go. I'm shocked she didn't do the ICUP, but then she said, I love Boo. I said, okay, even better. They said, oh, that's good. Yeah, she's good at this. The winners of the mini challenge are TS Madison and RuPaul. Shout out to TS Madison and RuPaul. You win nothing because Nymphia Win is the winner of the mini challenge this week. But I put this on God. It was RuPaul and TS Madison that were the winners of that mini challenge. Okay, so that's why I'm thinking that, Catherine. It's almost the same jacket. Okay, work. That's why. Okay, thank you. I can see why you saw resemblance. Thank you. I knew I wasn't crazy. I was like, that's why I'm thinking it's Rosé because they wore similar looks and they have similar shapes and like, you know, structure. So it's like, oh, okay. Thank you. I knew I wasn't going crazy. And that wasn't like, oh, you're just trying to compare the queens. No, they something was very similar. Similar. Very similar. We got some super chats here. Hey Skylar, thank you for super chat. I'm ready to see anyone drag next week. Key on Hook, thank you for the super chat. I thought Hershey was going to go for her bone structure like Dawn did for Amanda, but she just complimented her, and I was wishing Plain got red. But that's the confessionals. Like Hershey was giving her a compliment in the confessionals and was being nice. Meanwhile, Plain Jane, her confessional, I think she's fucking ugly and I hate her. Did they say something? Oh my gosh. That was like the episode. And then here's Geneva. I don't know about Jane. I don't know about Plain Jane. I gotta watch her. I gotta watch out for her. Then here's Plasma. You know that Jane girl? I gotta watch out for her. She might be a little tricky here. Megami. Well, you know Jane and all that kind of stuff. I don't understand. Hershey. We gotta watch out for that girl. We're gonna do all that. Mhi'Ya. Well, you know Jane. But Jane, fuck her, fuck her, fuck her, fuck you, Billy, fuck you, Annie, fuck you, baby, and fuck you, whatever your name is, and fuck you too, bitch. Like, what? Plain Jane is Eric Cartman. That's why I'm making so many South Park references. This is an episode of South Park. It is. It is. Like, who is her Kyle? They're told they got to vote for each other. And this, of course, gives everyone a little bit of a gag. Shout out to Plasma and Hershey showing their jaw skills in this moment. Plain Jane, look at how she's not moved in this moment. That lady is calculating. Do you understand me? This is about to be the Ginger episode of South Park. Do you understand me? Red power, better red than dead. Matthew, go away. I have to go away for a bit. Give me a second. Better red than Oh no, I'm a terrible person. All right. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. Do not take anything I say seriously today. As you already know, this is all for fun, shits and giggles. We're just recapping, reviewing one of our favorite shows in the universe. Like button, please. Comment section, if you will. Drop a tip in my jar if you feel like it. PayPal.me/MattyRants. Ketchup.SimonRants. Also, thank you for the tippy poo, Dio. Appreciate you so very much. Did you watch the reveal of the cast of RPDR UK versus the World at DragCon UK? No, I'm saving all of that for Monday. I will be doing that video for Drag Race UK versus the World 2 Monday, for those of you who are wondering. Tomorrow's the panel. We're going to be doing season 16. It's going to be C. Diggy, myself, Jamar84, and Gabby with an I. And then Monday, I'll be doing UK versus the World 2. Then Tuesday, early afternoon, I'll be doing España All-Stars. Then that evening, Tuesday, we'll be doing Dragula finale. I'll be a busy gal for this week. Let's continue the way we screamed at the same time. Are y'all the Matty scream is a staple. That's the Matty scream. You got to go into your Ariana Grande. I found it so funny because I can't be mad at Jane here in this moment, looking like that one dude from Seinfeld that said the N-word. Except, what? Huh? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. This is definitely that dude from Big Bang Theory that also said that word. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Listen, Jane's bullshit. Do you hear me? Well, I don't know how I'm going to play this because in reality, I want to be fair about this situation and just vote fairly. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. But guess what? Guess what? Thank you for everyone that got Kramer because that's the truth. Guess what? I would have done some bullshit like this too, more than likely. You would probably hate me. Y'all are like, I love you back. Girl, you would hate me, bitch. I'm playing a fucking game. They just told us immunity is in play and we have to vote for people. I'm going to cut up. You ain't going to know what I'm doing until halfway through this competition. You will not be privy to my scenario and situation. But the difference is between me and Jane, I wouldn't be dragging them the entire episode. There'd be a couple moments of me cacking a few people, but like I would be playing very much a friend game until I need to get where I need to go, unless someone wants to try me. And then it's read, bitch. This is a game. And they're told they're voting now and they don't even know each other. I'm fucking the game up. I'm changing it up. I'm working it into my favor. I was not mad in this moment. She was bullshitting them to their faces and they played into that and I hated it. How y'all gonna go? I don't know, girl. I don't know. No, don't vote. Bitch, y'all should have all put her as 6 because of her personality. Y'all play the game of, oh, we're gonna be fair here. Jade, you did a really good job and the judges loved you. Fuck that. She is competition. Put her in the bottom. What are you doing? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? This is why I wasn't fully mad at her this episode. I didn't like some shit she said, but like this kind of strategy, please, bitch, this is puss. Oh, Megami, I know we're not going to do all of that today. She literally put you first because you were that bad to her. I needed someone to make a bigger move. It was my issue with this. That's all. Like, she's making a big move here. Mark, I want to give you both commentary. They are so scared to play the game, at least episode we don't even know how long this is going to be in play for. They didn't even know. They had initially thought someone was going to go home. So you were going to do, I don't want the fans to be mad. Fuck that. You think Jane cares what we think about her? I mean, on Twitter, they probably don't, but behind and off that, I don't know. But yeah. Natasha, I received this. Being a villain is great, but you have to be smart and be a likable villain. I don't find her likable. I do like certain moves that are being made. Does that make sense? Like, I am not the biggest of fans. I can respect the polish, though, from the looks, and I can respect the game that's being played a little bit with making these kind of decisions. Not all commentary is my favorite from her. And I'd be like, why are you talking like that? Why are you saying shit like that? What's that supposed to mean? But I'm respecting game moves because that's how I would play this. Bitch, I'm going to be shady. I'd be in someone's face. I will never send you home. Sending her ass home. What? And then when she's going home, what? Girl, we'll laugh about it later. I'll give you some of my money. Like, for real. Like, I'm gonna just send you some of my money. Like, bitch, I didn't mean to lie to you that day, but you knew that the girls liked you, so I had to send you home. You know that if it was me or you, they were gonna let me out. I had to let you go, bitch. So if you like her, I get it. If you don't, you don't. But I know this is going to be a long road for the rest of the season. I'm on the fence, as a Libra should always be. I'm on the fence. A lot of shit I don't like, and some things I respect. But other than that, I just was like, damn, the whole episode, we gonna do this? Okay, girl. But yeah, last time I'll make that point. Because I know we still talking in the live chat, but I feel y'all. I love Nymphia Wynn representing Taiwan and it being a small scene out there and it being so close. She, in her confessional, was like, of course, Nymphia moved to America. I wonder what she's going to do. And now she's on Drag Race representing. I'm here for just everything that Nymphia is going to probably do this season. I'm just going to tell you that now, Nymphia. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what's going to happen, but every time she speaks, every time we get a moment, I'm like, Tell us more. Tell us more. I want to sit down. What tree are we under? I love this. Like, I like her a lot. She's not going to be wrong for me. I'm sorry. It's going to be tough for me not to like her this season. Kiana Hook, if Plain is like this with them, can you imagine her with a mandatory meeting? Also, Morphine is Kyle to Plain's Cartman, and Amanda is Wendy. Give me another week to think about South Park characters in this cast, and I think I can come up with something. Thank you for the super chat. Look, Mo to the thank you for the super chat, baby. The tip cash up earlier. Love you, doll. This reminded me of when people get on the prices right and don't win / how to bid $1 or $1 higher than the highest bid. Play the game, man. I've seen so many people get mad at that $1 extra. Someone's like $2,500. Okay, $2,500. What do you say? 2,501. You went before them. They can make that move. Silly. Like, and mind you, if it's 2,500 flat, you're gonna get the win. But like, come on now. I hear you, Monica. Thank you, Skylar, for the super chat. Plain Jane, Johnny Bananas, same person. But Johnny became likable for me later, so maybe that will happen for Jane as well. It took many seasons for me to like Johnny Bananas. I think that, you know what? Good comment right here. It's going to take Grimm. That's one of the reasons why I think that immunity is good for her, because when that slip happens, everybody's going to be like, and bye, bitch, but she won't be able to leave. It's going to be very that. Megami is Kenny. But she said she was a bitch when she walked in the door, and she's very rude. She kind of told them what was about to happen. I think this friendship is really cute. I also feel for Plasma a little bit, because Plasma is giving everybody thinks I'm not a threat and wants to be taken more seriously. And I hope this does not play into their mental game going forward in the show, because Plasma, you're very fucking talented. Like, please don't turn your face towards Plain Jane, because she probably is looking at you funny. But like, yeah, it's a thing with her, and I'm a little bit afraid that she's gonna allow that to get in her brain. The Jan edit is kind of given that. The fact that she's wearing Jan's like robe too, it concerns me. I'm like, you're wearing her robe. It's giving that sort of like manic New Yorker who has like the anxiety that's going to drive them into going home. I'm hoping that is not the case, because I like you, Plaz. You give. But then we get into Hershey's storyline about them being a dad, which if you watch Chasing reality series that Hershey was on, we got that storyline already, because if the girls know who Hershey is, you already know this. But again, I know who Hershey is. But yeah, Hershey's a dad and has custody, I believe, of their sister's kids with their significant other. Such a cute couple. I want a husband. Hershey, please pray for me. Pray for me. I'm 37. I'm ready to get married. Someone pick me, please. And I need you to be fine, because like, but like, yeah, because this is cute. Okay. But I think it's adorable. They got these babies, or sorry, this new family. It's a new journey for Hershey. I really loved this. I became nervous for Hershey though after this, because it was like, oh dear, we got a really big part of who you are as a person by normal reality TV standards, especially with Drag Race, and the many times that this has happened, where someone talks about something very important to them, very deep, very a good plum package of your storyline. They got what they needed, and now you can go. So I got nervous. I was like, oh my God, no. Like, yes, we love you, Hershey. And yes, this is amazing. And yay, gay love. But like, also that TikTok conversation that she has, that's real. Go to Hershey's TikTok. You'll see a lot of reply videos. And if you get in the comment section, there every now and then, or a lot of times, some conservative people get in there and just say the nastiest shit to her, which is crazy. I hate that your family members are doing that to you, Hershey, but I support your sister. Hey, babies, you got good parents. Go off. Now, everyone was surprised. Everyone was very surprised when they heard some air horns get blasted. And then the tiniest of people who I only recognize through Xfinity commercials, and whenever I'm going into a grocery store and they play her song over and over and over and over and over again, which that is exactly what happened this week. Becky G is in the room. Shout out to Becky G. Becky, you give, girl. You was giving puss mama. I was like, oh, she's a director. Becky, I got something to say, though, and I got a little bone to pick with you in production. So, where's the food? You got food? That's 2 air horns. That's 7 people. Where's your food? Because Charlie South African Theron came in there last week and she brought food and then said who she was and where she was from 5 times. I don't know where you're from. I don't see no food. Listen, I was given things a little early. I've been spoiled. I wouldn't know where you're from and what food you brought. Nothing. You shook them up. You went in there, spoke a couple of your lyrics, bitch, and said, I want to see representation. And look who won. I'm just saying. She's like, I want to see representation. And then Nymphia was not in the top. I was like, Becky, do you want to be clear on what you mean by representation? Because this is giving me the ally celebrity mark that Charlize gave last week, which I love it. We appreciate it. I think this is great. But sometimes it feels like we had a conversation before they walked out, and this is what you need to say. Make sure you use these words, key words today. Key words. Matty, did you know Charlize was from South Africa? I had no clue. I have to tell a friend. That's what Charlize did for us. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. But you came up in here yelling at me, saying, I love y'all, and I want to see representation. Where's the food, Becky? Imagine when the first group gets to say that they met Charlize Theron, they brought food, and they found out she's from South Africa. What did Becky do? She's a singer. She's an actress. She's an entertainer. Yeah. Oh, that's what it is, an ally. They have good insurance sometimes for people. Listen. Bizarre boy, I'm not highlighting that. Talk about Becky is Mexican according to... I know she's Mexican. Why do you think Geneva was living in... Because she's like, oh, that's one of my favorite people. I've never been to her concert. I mean, that was a moment for Geneva, mind you, which I've received. Geneva, I received that on your behalf because you were excited, sister. You're like, hold on. I've been wanting to go to this girl's shows. I have been listening to her music forever. She just walked in the room. And I get a moment to even say her lyrics to her. She got it and received it back. I know you were living, Geneva. I received that moment with you because I know you were hyped. I was like, oh, that's so cute. I thought it was cute. She definitely felt like the only person that knew who she was. I'm assuming Mami also did too. But I mean, Saphir is the only one that knew who Charlize Theron was because they're both African Americans. So, I mean, yeah, right? The same people who are going to complain about that joke that I just made are the same people that are praising Plain Jane for their humor. But there you go. La-da-dee, la-da-da, la-da-da. I'm in the shower. I did it again. Hold on. I was supposed to put a picture in here. Oh, I don't care what anyone says. I'm a hoot. Let's see here. Downloads. My bad, y'all. I was supposed to have the bigger picture here. I was doing a lot this morning. The babies were putting me through it. Speaking of which, where are you two? Mamu Mina. Oh, they're on the couch laying on each other. Oh, my kids. I love them so much. I'm so happy. Let's see here. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find this picture that I was supposed to have posted along with this little screen grab. Here she go. Work. Shame on me. Hey, everybody. For those of you who are coming in here a little bit later, we're getting to the talent show and runway. So you may not have missed anything. 447 of you here. Thank you for tuning in. That's so amazing. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. If you want to drop a tip in my jar, it's scrolling down below. It's not necessary for participation, but certainly appreciated. And I thank you so very much for being here today. Love you. Ru, this is my favorite dress. So far from you. It was better than last week. I kind of lived and breathed. She was doing it for me. Hold on, y'all. She was doing it for me. I had to move Mina off my leg, but she had went like this real quick, and I did not want to scream on camera. I was like, little girl, get off my leg. Okay, let's talk about everybody else that was there. Bam. Becky G was cute. Ross was Matthews, and Michelle was given the visage. She was. She was. Come on, legs. All right, I see you, Michelle. You getting closer to Raven's color every day. I love it. I'm telling you, they're getting ready for Black History Month. It's going to be right. I said, we're going to be part of that Million Man March too. Let's go. I kind of wish TS Madison was here this week. I'm not mad. I think Ross is a part of Drag Race, and I'm not going to knock it. He's fun sometimes. It would have been nice for TS Madison to have been there. That's all. It would have been nice. I would have enjoyed that. People would have said things. Nice things. Are you ready for the Queen Choice Awards? Oh, Derek, I will give you so much credit for doing that current Britney spin in her living room. That was funny. Derek did that Britney spin, and they both got the same shape. So I was like, oh, come on now. This is given. She getting coins too. Go ahead, girl. They're paying you. I like that. Derek said, bitch, I'm employed. I almost feel like India Farrah itches every time that, like, this happens, or like she finds herself here. Like there just is some sort of rash that gets displaced. I don't know. Is that Laith Ashley in the back? Where Bruno over here with his, you know, I'm not an alien inside of a human vessel smile that he be given, very body snatchers tease. That's Laith Ashley, right? Okay, so Nick, I'm watching this, and as someone who watched that modeling show that was like very, come on, Matt. Before she was on Pose, Dominique Jackson, Eris, and then Laith, and then there was my other girl, Isis, right? There was a Strat, thank you, from back in the day that I used to watch. It was a really good show, and I'm really mad they didn't continue it going forward. So I've been there for Laith from like back then. And I think I talked about that show on my channel. Aris, there we go. It's crazy that I said her name that way, and I've been in her presence, but she's also low-key ignored me too, so like, no shade. She's a fellow Libra, and sometimes Libras do not click. Mama did not give me no time, sister. She always looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, okay, let me walk away from her. Okay. So I'm being very real. Lottie Lisa, thank you so much for the super chat. Just to show a little bit of love to your channel, Manny. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. I was very happy to see Laith there. I was like, go ahead, Laith. Get some work. Go on. Geneva, let's talk about your performance, baby girl. The Mexican folk dancing, bravo. We have a lot of festivals out here in Houston. Again, we're a border state to Mexico. So like there are lots of culture in Houston. It's a melting pot of different stuff, right? I have seen a lot of these traditional numbers being done before. Like out in certain festivals, this, that, and the other. And so for me, I received this a little bit differently because it made me proud of a lot of the Mexican heritage that is out here in Texas, a lot of history with Texas and Mexico. And I'm looking at Geneva like representing very well in this moment. So for me, I enjoyed this. I was like, okay, this is kind of fire. Because the bitch, I have seen the girls twirl them skirts. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Lionel in Houston at the Miller on the 16th of September. What's going on? You're performing out here? If it's at the Miller Outdoor Theater, you gots to be. I was here for this. She did a reveal. She went into her original song. It is what it is. Like, for me, I like what Geneva gave and I enjoyed the show. Am I going to say this was the best of the night? It was definitely one of the top echelon of the girls, and especially if you're going to do a lip sync performance, because there was a little bit of culture and there was a little bit of this, that, and there, going for what it was. Yeah. 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 I mean, they have to let me know anyways. Okay, but let's talk about Hershey LiqCour-Jete. Now, y'all are just getting your whiplash experience, and that's cute. That's fine. Personally, I enjoyed this song. Yes, I did not know what the fuck was going on with them behind this random doctor's office plant work. I thought we were in the doctor's office. Oh, I'm doing them for the runway. Dustin, I have to be cognizant of time here today. So I'm doing the polls for the runway, not the talent show. Runways, not talent show. Yeesh. I was on here for a very long time last week. And I was drained immensely. So I'm going to be good today, and I'm going to wait to do the polls for the runways and keep y'all in there. But yes, I'm doing it for runways. But yeah, I wanted this to be at least 2.5 hours. Your problem is you talk too much. Matty-Rants. Girl, get to the other babies. They got the people with the 25-minute videos. You'll be all right. We do what we do over here. Now, Hirsch. See, the group is already asking me. Hirsch, the song was great. I hate this outfit. Burn it quickly. I hate this outfit. Hate it. But I love the fucking song. Cornbread writing it makes perfect sense. The song was great. Now, you tossing this wig, and I mean tossed it, sister. Like, I assumed it was going to leave your scalp several times. It's still on there. That wig was running. Run. I mean, bow. I thought she was going to do a reveal too by Tiffany. I thought so too. I was hoping for one. I was praying for one. It looked loose enough for a reveal. But I just want y'all to know, you got the whiplash in 2024. I got the whiplash in 2020. Yeah, I've been whiplashing with this bitch, okay? When this came on, I laughed. I cackled and I cried because of the fact that it did this for me serve something more than just like, oh, you did the whiplash bit. It's like, no, this is how I know you. I know you for literally yakking that hair and like letting that wig stay on top. There is history with this for me. That's why I have more respect for this than maybe some folks would be like, oh, there's a little history there. I'm gonna be way more inclined to be like, I'm glad they did this. And the fact that Cornbread wrote it, and this is the same night I was with, come on, there's levels to this shit. History for me. Yeah, girl, I'm one of them girls too, though. And that's with my real hair. Let me have a wig on doing that, bitch. I'll eat. I'll eat. I'll chew you up. Bitch. Bitch. My friends that I do game night with, they're texting me because we're going to do something today, right? And they're like, what are you doing? And I texted them that I was doing the video, and they're like, Jeff's like whiplash. And then my other friend is like, plain Jane gotta go. The parallels to this and the panel chat is so funny because like it's like almost like Dooley and my other friend just said the same thing. They're like, she gotta go. I can't. That's so funny. Now when I go over there tonight, I have to be like, okay, friend, let's talk about it. Why do you want them to go? I didn't notice the nail. I did. She was whipping that hair. You know that nail is somewhere in that wig. You know that nail is somewhere in that wig, bitch. Either that or across the stage. Maybe it hit plain Jane in the eye. That's why she was so angry the rest of the episode. I don't know. Oh, she gotta go, but come on. At the same time, I want Jane to be introduced to the other group and see how this energy plays with other folks. Because if there's some cute, shady reads back and forth, I'm gonna be here for it. I am. I'm gonna be here for it. Now, Plasma's performance, I personally loved. I'm not on the same scale as, you know, they said it was a lot. I can see why people would think that. I said, this bitch can sing. They can do impersonations. And the mic was on. I was like, oh. I kind of was here for this. I like a well-rounded bitch. Maybe it was kind of quick. I can receive that. I was entertained by Feminine Monsoon. I was. entertained. I called her Feminine Monsoon. I didn't even mean to. It just came out. And I'm like, oh, Feminine Monsoon. Who am I? It's what Roxy wanted Jinx's nose contour to look like in season 5 tease. But yes, I personally thought it was great. I enjoyed this. I did. Gia Gunn walked so Nymphia Wind could run. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, and I know it's hard to judge because it's a cultural moment and all that jazz. Bitch, this was everything. This was everything. 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 When them sleeves came out, bitch, I threw every coin I had in my pocket. But what made it more even, see you next Tuesday, honey, when she went from here, poof, came back, hold on, this was nasty. She retracted the sleeve in with the move. She didn't pull it up. She, in an arm movement, because the sleeve comes in, turns around, and then poop. And I said, ah! I screamed so loud. It was so good. Like, come on. The control, the level, the it was beautiful. It was beautiful. They looked good too. Oh my God. Yes, plain Jane fucked that boat up because I have a feeling Nymphia could have possibly have been somewhere in the top 2. Even maybe taking out Geneva a little bit, possibly, or even Jane for that matter, to where it would have been a different top 2. I certainly believe it. Because, bitch, there's no way I wouldn't have given this number. This was my number 1 for me. If I'm going to give the girls number 1 this week, this is my bloop, number one. Give it to her now. It was beautiful. I was intrigued. It was a message. It was also a cultural moment. She's dancer. She conveyed on stage. Hiya. If we're going to give, Q didn't even say a fucking word and was as a goddamn puppet. This bitch said nothing either and gave us history. I'm giving this 1. And the runway was real reveal, like literally, like, come on. Maddie, make this description of Nymphia's performance into a short. It'll do numbers. Will. Make sure, hold on, it work if you in this chat, that timestamp, baby, because I'm gonna need it. Please, this was so puss. Out of here. What? Get in. That leg is up. That leg is up. Up. Held it. Do you want me to be honest or do you want me to be nice? All right. Maybe I would have conveyed the message a bit differently. I don't think Jane was wrong. I think that they said it like an asshole, like a whole piece of burnt booty hole, very much. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I would have been asking questions. I would have been asking questions. I would have been like, this is great. Thank you for the message. The message is beautiful, wonderful. Thank you for that. I would have also been like, this is a talent show. And I'm glad you got the chance to show it. And I respect you for that shit. But I'm also going to go, do you think they were going to put you in the top today because of this? Because it doesn't feel like you're competing right now. It feels like you wanted to showcase and share a message, which again is great. But I know some people that are able to share messages while also still entertaining. And that's what my mind was going to for her. Like I saw they can emote the house down. I got to give them that some credit. They were lip syncing down. Like, you know what I mean? And this was a beautiful moment. But like, I'm going to sit here and turn my head and go, it needed to be entertaining at the same time. And it wasn't. It was just you lip syncing and then you pulling up some cards. No shade. What's going on? And then, hey, I said, no. So I'm not mad at Jane. Now, Jane said her shit like an asshole, but like, she wasn't wrong. And you may not like that I said that, but she wasn't wrong. I would have been like, no, you think you're about to be where? Like, if someone had been going home, I would have put this in consideration. I'm telling you. I thought she was going to paint too. God, I wonder what plain Jane's face looked like at the end of this. I wonder if did I get a shot of that? It's Becky G for me in the middle of the performance, turning to RuPaul and going, I'm like, yo. I don't know if that took me out of the moment, but it did take me a little bit away. I was like, oh my God, not Becky G. This is sad. I was like, okay. Gutter snipe. Stop it. Oh, remember when I used to do that? Matty is terrible in Spanish. It's come on, Matt. She said, oh, this is sad. I look cute. Why is she doing this right now? Are you an ally, Becky? Because she was giving you a message. You want to talk about representation? Why didn't you receive? I'm just playing. I'm playing Baxter. I'm playing Just Beck. Shout out to Becky. We love you. We're glad you got away from ALR. Anywho, continuing on here. Also, tell us everything. We want to know. Dusty was that was fine. Tell us, Baxter. We want to know. Because we know you had to wipe that lady's booty. Come on. Tell us the whole story. You ain't got to read her, but just tell us what she lied about. Please. Shout out to all my people in Girl World. Chantel sitting in the apartment pissed. I can't even do it. It's hilarious. It's really not. I feel bad for those people. What's going on? I'm in too many pots, okay? I agree. Protect queer art. Support drag queens. We love to see it, but go out and tip. Go out and make sure you vote for our rights. This is a talent show. Grim, please and thank you. Okay. Because when they were talking to Casey, I was like, whoa. Now, Jane's face this entire time. Do you notice how everybody else is like applauding? They're applauding her. Like, but Jane, Jane is looking directly at the judges. Like, y'all like that? You like that shit? You are dressed as a burger. Settle down, ketchup. Settle down. You're giving Hunts and you're not Heinz, sweetie. Like, I can't. Bitch, she was hot. Like, they're applauding this. This is literally her face. Like, you, like, can you, God, I wouldn't want to be Megami and turn to look over at her like, why? Bitch, what? Something about, okay, listen, this was a very nasty read. This was a very, very nasty. And I don't know how to take it because it was kind of like, well, damn. But that whole, is this something we should be fighting for? I'm like, now, Jane, you could have just said it was trash and we would have still cackled at you. No, you had to make it very nasty. Like, because she's out here with the message of fighting for something, but is this going to make you fight for that? I'm like, oh. I'm like, but like, hold on. Like, you have a PFP from a t-shirt that you blew up into like, what? Oh my God. Okay. Tom, it's okay. No, listen, if you thought it was funny, I'm not taking you out of you wanting to feel that element. That was a lot for me with her sitting in a burger, making that entire stay. I was just like, what? You was like, what? Like, wait a minute. What are you talking about? I can't do it. I wasn't laughing personally. I had to like look at this person from Saltburn over here and indicate maybe the family's been mean to her. And so she's just going to get them all back at the end of the movie. That's what I'm assuming who Plain Jane is. I've already disassociated her with herself and started calling her Oliver. And I'm just assuming that like you have a plan in action here, Oliver. You do. Maybe at the end of this movie, we'll see them dance around the house butt naked too. And we'll be pleasantly not surprised. Either way, if I really want to go there, I'm just going to go ahead and say that I feel like Miss Mother went in going, I'm going to be the villain, but like also I'm going to be the villain, and it's like all the time. like there's no breathing room. There's no other way to do this. Like I hate all these people. Like it just feels a little bit like that versus playful shade. But anywho, I find some jokes funny. That's Oliver. My Iman Paige. One thing y'all are going to understand about RuPaul and Drag Race for certain franchises, especially for this one, they like stupidity and comedy. They love talent, but they love stunts. If you're going to do some stunt work, they're going to live and breathe for you. Now, I was very happy to hear Khalees. I was sad that it was a Calvin Harris Khalees number, but I was like, oh, here's me. I'm like, why not 4th of July? Why not something from what's it called? The entire EDM album that she came out in, bitch. When I tell you, I was like, you have so many options. Acapella could have been a song. Came to play. I love that album, by the way. My favorite song is You're All Shining, Already Home. Bum, 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 bum. That's my favorite one on there. Flesh Tones, thank you. Oh, Oh, sorry. Who then? Oh, dance. First of all, the Milkshake album is one of the best ones that she ever came out, and Milkshake kind of overshadowed all the beautiful songs that are on there. Millionaire, I see someone mention Sugar Honey Iced Tea. I woke up this morning and the sound of, bitch, what? That is, to me, next to Kaleidoscope, her best album. Don't care what anybody says. This is a robbery. Yes. Put your hands up in the air. It's a sticker. Khalees, I've always been a fan. And then that break my soul moment, that energy moment happened. I was like, oof. But I love Khalees. I'm glad she's living her best life on that farm. Anywho, back to my Iman Paige. I don't want to compare this to Kennedy. I have to a little bit. Just a tad bit. Because it reminded me of when Kennedy did her dance performance or whatever. And she also pulled some of the same stunt work, which this is Kennedy's daughter, so it would make sense. I thought she did a good job. And I enjoyed it for the most part. And I thought she can really pop off of the box, and that was cute, right? Some of the dance felt, I don't know if she was missing moves or she didn't want to do, mind you, they did this twice. This is 2 takes. Just to remind ourselves, they do 2 takes of this. So we may have not seen the best take of it, possibly, or whatever the case may be. There were just certain movements that she was doing where she would stop herself. And I was like, okay, does she mean to do that? And there were a couple of times it didn't seem as smooth. Now, we know she can dance and we know she's good at what she does. We've seen it before. But there were a few times where it didn't feel like it just really sat on the right. It didn't sit right there for me. That's all. For me, I thought that certain moves did very well. When she did when she jumped up to the air and let them legs extend, I was like, that's fire. It was hot. That leg went up for the kick. I enjoyed also when we got the little handstand and we had the little leg shake. Again, RuPaul, I'm working right now. I don't know what's going on over here. But like when it came to Ru, they're living for this. And that's who's judging this show. They love it. They love it. But as far as like, if I'm going to think about others who have done similar routines before, Kennedy was smooth as fucking butter. I'm not pulling Aja into this equation. Aja was voguing. She wasn't out here doing like a majorette routine with the full kick work and stunt work. That was a little bit different. So I'm not pulling her into this equation. I don't know why y'all are pulling her into this equation. She did a whole different routine. This is different. This is more related to Kennedy, not voguing. Right? Great. Now you know the difference. I'm relating it to her mother. Her mother was a bit smoother, but I have faith in Maya's abilities. I just think whatever take that we got, I don't know if I was here for her. That's all. That was all. It was a lot of stunt work. The dancing in between wasn't flowing the same way, but I still thought she did a very good job. I was like, I want to see this differently. Like, give her a different song. Give her some different music to do some tumble work too. But baby, when she rolled on that little platform and then hopped right back off of it to a split, I'm going to give dues. And they're due. So, okay. But like, let's remember, like, I don't want to do that. But Kenny's dance, remember, bitch, when that I still watch it. Was it the song? Maybe it was the song, Carmelo. Because Kennedy had like a beat. It wasn't like someone's music where we had to listen to lyrics and stuff. It was like a beat where we just got to watch them dance. Okay, maybe that played a factor into it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use that. I'm playing that factor in there. The beat, the song. Yeah, I'm gonna play that into there. I'm putting it in there. I wish she had got a little bit more of original music and done something like that. But yeah. Also, you know that donkey kick that all the girls like to do? Kennedy is the only one for me on this show that I have seen it do perfectly. correctly, where them toes are touching the fucking floor and then comes back out again. Like how the girl, the majorettes and the J setters out here do, like the prancing elites, all that kind of stuff. The tigerettes, all of that, like that kick out, boom. Because Jane did it today. It wasn't correct, but it was still like, oh, okay, you saw a movie, thought it was cute. But like, that's the only person I've seen do it correctly. The only person. Now look at how Jane enjoyed this show. She even has her hand up. Hilarious. She didn't like Magabi's at all. She enjoyed Maya's performance. Opinion holes. She did know her titty was out. That was a part of the joke. Like, she was fully aware of it being out. Like, very much aware of it. Like, very much aware of it. Like, she liked Maya stuff. She hated Magabi. Look at this face. This is her for Maya on the page. Let's look at her for Magabi real quick. This face. Whew. All right, let's get to the I guess let's get to the main attraction here, right, you guys? Plain Jane was a cheeseburger. Plain Jane had a song about the smell of a burger on a finger. After talking about certain things and then removing what looks like a 3D printed picture or some sort of giant blow up. So, you know, when you go to Kinko's and you want to get a big old picture or something, it gave me that. And they just cut around it and put some things on a child. And then RuPaul's just sitting here like, what? So enamored with the foolishness, pulls it off, and we get the winner of All Stars 8. I was like, how are you Bosco, Jimbo, Rose, and so many other things just fully in one little ball, like, of things here. But can I be real with you? I think the song was kind of catchy. I didn't know what was happening though. Like, I was good with the song, but I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I kept saying that. Like, what the fuck is this? You're mean to tell me you don't understand Irene pouring a glass of water, but like removing a burger and throwing your titties around? You got? Okay. I think Irene Dubois deserves a second chance. She was also just as nasty. Oh my God. You sent Irene home, full on shady bitch that was, and gave you some sort of, what in the fuck is this? And then here we go here. Oh, she needed a breastplate. That's what it was. Irene, the next time you come to the show, pour water again, but have gigantic titties. I laughed at this. I wasn't moved by the performance, but I did laugh at it because I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I really don't know what's happening right now. I don't know what's going on. Like, she's just shaking up and she's talking about her burger finger, which I thought was something sexual, but it's not, and I wish it was. So when she told the story about, well, I went and got a burger and then I smelled my finger and thought it was nasty, and then I just thought of a song and wrote in my notes. Huh? I was like, I don't know if it's as funny as I wanted it to be. I thought it was something sexual. I was hoping it was something very sexual. Y'all, please forgive. My neighbor is doing a lot right now for some fucking reason. Like, they own this whole entire block. So please forgive any noise you may hear in the background. But Ru, this was enough for her. It was a lot to take in. It was stupid. I kind of enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was ridiculous. But I don't know if I would have gave her number one. I wouldn't have given her the top position. I would have said this was entertaining and weird and stupid, but I wouldn't have never given this a top position. I'm sorry. I'm not being a hater. I'm just gonna be real with you. Like, to me, it was like, okay, you did a lip sync too. Like, all the other girls you said were basic. It's like, but you did one too. I mean, you put on a breastplate and wiggled around, and you made a song called Burger Finger. Like, yeah. I wouldn't have voted her number one. Just telling you that they did. I'm talking about me. Let's be very clear. That's what they did because they wanted to be fair based off of the judges' opinions, which I think a lot of y'all are missing. They were going, well, the judges said that was great, and so I want to be fair about it. Let's be very clear. She didn't get one bad critique. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to vote that way because they all liked it. Okay. Meanwhile, Jane over here, not taking any of that into accountability. I'm going to do this the way I know I can get number one. Hey, Derek. I think this is one of the greatest days ever. I got to see Derek Barry get pink slimed and fall. It was good. I think India Farah was happy too. But no, Derek, go ahead, bitch. You did these first 2 episodes. Go ahead, sister. I kind of like they did the slime. It reminded me of Nickelodeon choice of words. What bulges? Dash or bulges? What bulges? I assume those were pimples with fabric over them. What are you talking about? Let's get into the runway and into the polling section of this. Oh, my computer's about to fall. 7. Okay, so we have 56% of you who, how would you rate this episode from 1 to 10? Said 7 to 5. 34% of you said 10 to 8. 8% of you said 4 to 2. And nobody gave this a 0, which I'm here for. So let's go ahead and get into the Nymphia wins of it all. And tell me what you thought of their runway this week. Is it giving? Is she cute? Or is it a chop? I also want to thank y'all so much for tuning in today. As you already know, it's your boy Matty-Rants here on YouTube, and we're talking about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16, Episode 2. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, and subscribe, and become a part of this Ram-Pack family. And also, if you want to drop a tip in my jar, I'd appreciate it. As a single father of 2, I am low-key Will Smith before the slap. PayPal.me/MattyRants, Ketchup.com/MattyRants, Venmo, MattyRants. I thank you so much for being here today. Let's talk about the banana. The banana. The banana. I gotta turn the heat on. It's getting cool outside. Excuse me. Get this a little bit of this body in here that I'm working on. I'm not letting y'all trying to see my body. These abs I'm trying to form. Yeah. I have a lot of work to do, but these abs are starting to form a little bit. I'm trying to get a nice 6-pack going here before April. That's the goal. The chest to be bigger and the abs to come out and a little bit more arm work before April. I'm on the right track. I personally love this. And, you know, they're both doing reveals and all that jazz. But, like, I personally love this. I thought it was cute. And it was like, okay, a banana that in this phase, it's in the stage where you cannot eat it because it's still green. And if you know bananas, do not eat it like this. It's going to taste fucking disgusting. And then boom, it's a banana. And then it's like transitioning through the stages of the banana. Plus this wig is fucking severe. The wig is severe. The wig is severe. And then we get to like this full, like the banana is aging part. And it has the spots on it because it's a little bit bruised, all of that. And then we get to the banana being dead because it turns brown. Bitch, what? Top 2 this week for sure. Top 2 this week for sure. It's the voting fucked her over. The voting fucked her over. Yeah, the voting was definitely, yeah. Jane fucked her over. Actually, let's not just say the voting. Let's just say Jane fucked her over. Oh God. Okay, there's an Arctic blast coming. What's my day looking like? Okay, I'll be fine tonight. Oh, it's Tuesday and Wednesday where it's going to be the worst. Okay, work. Yeah, we can blame Jane for her not being in the top. You want to pick an issue with her? That's what you could. I mean, she played a game though, but I love this. It's giving for me. I think it's everything. Very much that. It's very much that. Love it. Ooh, I'm gonna let the voting continue a tad bit. Let's give a little bit more banana love. Oh, is that what happened? And I'm totally aware of that? Cool. So yeah, go ahead, Nymphia. You did that, sister. I'm gonna go ahead and end that poll so we can continue on. There was definitely one person's vote that was a little bit harder than the others, so I don't think you can try that right now, but God bless you. Continuing on with this, Nymphia, when we have 77% said she's giving, 21% say she cute, and 1% chopped it. Nymphia wins. Now, who's next? Hershey LiqCour-Jete. Hershey LiqCour-Jete, who I'm mad at right now because they did something that pissed me off, which is do a reveal in the back of the stage. Why, sister? Why did you do your reveal in the back of the stage? What was going on in your mind? I mean, it's not like you were late for work. Like, I did love that you did It's Chocolate. Okay. We were hoping that Cornbread was the one that had the chocolate. It was really early. She had the coat on and then the coat was off. And then she gave us the Secretariat. Church hymn. A lady of the church. I am not mad with this outfit, nor as much as the hymn as Michelle is. I wasn't as mad, but then when they showed a close-up of it, I was like, okay, no. Because you could see the pucker. And I was like, but I like how it fits so far. The bottom of it, the hymn was a little upset. But, you know, I thought what the concept was going for was fine. I'm going to say she cute. Look, even have the little gold parts on the sides for the little Hershey kiss moment here, or the foil that comes with it. Very that. Very that. One moment. I'd like to see what's happening outside my apartment right now that's extremely loud and pissing me off just a tad bit. Give me 1 second. I now know what's going on. My neighbor is moving. Yay. I'm also sad because that means that somebody who is a terrible neighbor can move up above me. Boo. Now I'm nervous. I'm like, no, you are not home all the time. I love that. Now whoever's going to move in there is going to be loud. No. Let us pray that my new upstairs neighbor is not loud and obnoxious, because I could hear this neighbor walk every 5 seconds. I pray that whoever moves in does not have children. I pray that whoever moves in is not rude and has a loud sound system and stereo system. I pray on it. I'm begging it. Please, God. Because he doesn't play his music. He's very quiet. And I was blessed for these like 2 years. I was like, please, God. Please. There are vacant units in this apartment complex. Can this just be a vacant unit until my lease ends? And then I can try to move upstairs, please. Because if they're children, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I just need someone quiet. That's all. Like, seriously, just someone quiet, please, God. Because I've been getting away with being able to film and it not being an issue at all. Like, at all. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and wrap up this poll. Oomph, I'm your worst neighbor, Matt. Yeah, I would hate you. We would not get along at all. I would quickly get you out. Like, not even playing. I'd quickly get you out. Like, very quickly. Boy, I call the office. Like, I'm sorry. People have shit to do today. I'm not about to play these games. I don't want to hear your music. I don't want to hear shit from you. Okay. Like, you're not going to hear it from me. I don't want to hear the same. And everybody around here is normally quiet. So that's why I'm like, oh God, don't. No respect for anybody that they live around and all that kind of shit. Like, I am not here for that. All right, Hershey. We got 72% say she cute, 13% chopped it, and 13% giving. So we're in the she cute range here. That's where we're at. Now, moving on to the next queen, we have Plasma. I thought this was very clever. I thought this was very clever. Very clever. Very clever, especially the tomato pincushion. My mom used to have this whenever she was sewing. So I was like, oh. It's like, oh. Oh. And it took me back to a good special place. There's a little removal here, and we get this nice little number underneath. It's very camp. I like this. It's like almost like a tomato strawberry situation moment. You very much know where it is. And then we had a reveal after this all, and it ended up being like a little cabaret burlesque kind of moment, you know? I said, hold on, my Iman Paige. We ain't to you, little Kim. Hold on, sister. We're gonna get to you in a second. I was like, this is the second pair of tassels that I have seen. Just like how in last week's episode, there were also 2 pairs of tassels between Saphira and Mariah. I'm like, God damn. We're gonna get these little titty tassels the whole season. This is about to be there. What's going on here? I like this. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. It was adorable. It was memorable. I was here for it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I did. Oh, I did. I quite enjoyed it. Where's my phone? Here you go. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button, would you, friend? Get in the comment section and tell me what's up. Thanks for not being a butt. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it. We do. We do. Oh my gosh. I want these votes to come in. Let's get that plasma. Give us some plasma. Oh my God. Shut up, Matthew. Give me some plasma. Shut up. What did RuPaul say? What was she said? Platelets. She's like, get your platelets ready. It's plasma. I was like, what? Get your platelets ready. It's plasma. Boo. That was so funny. I was just like, yo, no, thank you. I can't do this today. I think it's a cute look overall. I'm going to actually say giving. I think this is adorable. It also is referential for me, so I like it. Very much that. I wanted us to get to 150 votes, and then let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on to Mhi'Ya Iman Page. We know RuPaul failed her bio. Oh my goodness, I can't start a poll. Let's get Miss Mhi'Ya up in this piece. And let's have a conversation about Miami and bathing suits, because there is a trend alert for all the girls from Miami wearing bathing suits. I was like, what's going on here? Okay. When I saw the hair, it took me to I Got a Crush on You. True, when Kim rolled up with her verse, hey yo shorty, with the bag of the lethal, I'll be all dressed in the bra, all see through. Yeah, I'll be dressed all see through. I can do Queen Bitch, and I can do that song better. Queen Bitch, Supreme Killer for my by any means, bitch, murder scene, bitch. Check it. I write a rhyme, melt in your mouth like Eminem. Roll with the Mafia. Remember them? Tell them when I used to mess with gentlemen. Straight up apostle. I can see Debrat too, like Femme Debrat. Femme Debrat for sure. Very that. Right. In a bra or see-through. Yeah. Thank you. I like her, and I was also mad at decisions that were made her and Hershey did something real like, what the fuck? Like, you drop the coat in the back of the stage. Look how far back this is. I felt like they did this on purpose to emphasize that she was way back there when she did this. I wanted to see the jacket, friend, and you took it off back here, and then it's a bathing suit. I was like, no. That's a wig. You said a hat. This is a wig. That's a headband. Who said hat? SM, that is not a hat. It's a wig. To be real, I kind of like the wig. To be honest, the mug is giving for me. The bathing suit is okay. I wish there was a real presentation given with this coat so we could have seen it and given a better reveal for the outfit. I'm only chopping her because I wasn't sold in the moment. She gave me the same thing that Morphine did, where it was like, oh, okay, in a bathing suit. Got it. I need the bathing suits to be severe, and this wasn't severe for me. But I like her. I just didn't see this. Ooh. It's not for me. It's not for me. I want her to pick it up a little bit, but she's cute. I couldn't get into this. No, those were her gloves. So she had her gloves that she took off of her hands, and she was giving like the full, like, I'm now in a bathing suit experience. But then she was using the gloves to wipe her ass with, as well as like showcase the booty. But it gave like it's a scarf tease, but it really wasn't. I thought she should just let them gloves go and then just walked and then served puss. But it just, yeah. This was probably my least favorite of the night, personally. I was like, I need one more vote and we're moving on here. There we go. We're going to go ahead and wrap up my Iman Paige. Hey, it's the first runway. We got more time. We've had this happen before. Some people didn't look good on certain days. They look better other days. This wasn't my favorite day. I know that Thunderbolt is super effective with her. She's going to throw, it's always going to hit accuracy at 100%, but 64% said chop, 29% say she cute, 5% say she giving. I just want y'all to be aware that the 1% that chopped, that one look that we all liked, is the 5% that also came up there. So understand that. Geneva Carr is next. For the runways, for Mhi'Ya, I think so. Yeah, probably. Now, I like this because of how it was played through her entire episode. If you think about the episode, you think about branding and everything. Mama came in, Viva La Mexico. Mama did a performance that very much represented her culture, where she was from. And then we get to the runway and we're still on theme. So I think this mariachi look is kind of interesting. I was like, okay. The reveal part of it was cute. And I liked the transition. And she went into this beautiful traditional dress. I thought it was really cute. I felt like almost like this was a deleted scene in Encanto. This was another sister or sibling that also had powers, and we didn't meet them. And this was a whole nother song we never got to see. I'm sorry. For a second, I was transported to that movie real quick. I thought a song was about to happen. She was going to pick up something and throw things around. You know what I'm saying? That was her super. What is your gift? I got that so quickly. I was like, you know what? I'm waiting for her to show us what her superpower is about to be. Louisa down, real quick. But I thought she was pretty. The bug is giving. The hair was right. I thought it was really pretty. When you didn't see the pants, this peed. When you did see the pants, I was taken out. This is the photo on the doorbell. Shut up. Oh my God. It was so funny when she went into look and she said, "Ha!" I said, "Yes, you better feel your femininity." I was here for it personally. I also like that she said, "This is a reveal runway, not a taking things off runway." The outfit is still intact. She's the only one that didn't take something off. T. I feel like Nikki Doll would have really appreciated her in this moment because if you remember for that one runway, she's like, you had to take things off. This is a reveal runway. It's supposed to be in one, reveal in one. I said, oh. I said, oh. Started taking things off from. I said, oh. Now, Geneva, where was this energy for Jane? I want her to like bring that kind of tea, bring that kind of quick shade to the occasion here, because you were very, you were very nice this week. I was like, nah, bitch, you better act up. You can, Geneva. You were the top 2 this week. You got a little confidence now. Cut the fuck up. Let me go ahead and wrap Geneva so we can get to Megami. I have things to say. Geneva, 58% says she cute, 27% say giving, 13% chop it up, 161 votes. Let's get to Meg Griffin. Let's talk about Meg Griffin. Megami Griffin. Go ahead, Meg. Is Meg giving? Is she cute? Or is it a chop? Not the assignment. It's a chop. It's great if this had been for something completely different. A completely different assignment, Meg. Shut up, Meg. I'm talking. Okay? Megan? It's beautiful. It's not the assignment. It's a chop. Your reveal is showing your palms. I mean, it's nice to know you don't have syphilis, but like, sister, I'm asking questions like, the eyes, that's what it was supposed to be? Shout out for anybody that knows that joke. But anywho, and no STI, no STD shaming here. Bloop to those who think that. No, not good. But like, that's it. That's it. And then I reveal. I got the Pan's Labyrinth because that's a great movie. Guillermo del Toro is one of our greatest filmmakers. However, no. Lady Lisa, I'm not going to highlight that in case that spoils it for people because I haven't seen it yet. So this low-key spoiled it for me, which really fucking sucks because I wanted to watch it. But I'm still going to watch it regardless. But I'm not going to highlight that. But thank you for the super chat. I'm not surprised because, Miss Mama is do. See, you just literally spoiled something for like y'all, please. Like, I get we get excited for stuff, but you can't just post that. That's fucked up. That was kind of fucked up. I appreciate the super chat, but you can't just do that. Come on now. Come on. I wanted to see the show. Shit. Thank you for your money. And I appreciate you for the super chat, but still, like, come on. Come on. Come on. We wanted to support somebody. We can't even go over there no more. What is wrong with you? God bless you, though, Lady Lisa. But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that again, please. Kiana Hook, my bad, baby. Let me get back over here. Dustin, you had a super chat too. Look at this. Speaking of revealing everything right at the gate, and okay. Kiana Hook. Thank you for the super chat. I like Geneva, but as someone who dances cumbia, right? Cumbia. Bachata, reggaeton, salsa, merengue. She was my third choice behind Nymphia and Mhi'Ya. Plasma 4th, Hershey 5th, Plain 6th, and Megami 7 for me. Respect it. Okay. What is it with spoilers in your chat, Maddie? It's okay. It's okay. Lady Lisa did know we've already talked about it yet. Lady Lisa is an enemy of the state, of the pack, of the rant pack. So nobody send hate to Lady Lisa. You're fine, Lady Lisa. From now on, everybody, if we haven't talked about it on the channel, don't reveal it. It's okay though. Yeah, people didn't even know Traitors was back on. So yeah, yeah. I am watching it, but I haven't started it yet. My friend was telling, he alluded to something that happened, but yeah, that's what's going on. But yeah, no. I probably do need to add no spoilers to my disclaimer going forward. Probably is the best. But no, thank you, Lady Lisa. I appreciate the super chat, as well as Belchan and everybody else. Appreciate y'all. We're going to move away from this. Oh my God, I didn't even start the poll. I didn't even start the poll. That super chat came up. Everything got derailed. Y'all vote for Megami. What do you think is the chop? Is it giving or Oh, what a mess. What a mess. What a mess. I would still highly suggesting watching Traitors. It's a very good show. It's messy. It's very, very messy. But to Lady Lisa, I'm not surprised that's the person that led that, by the way, if you're still watching. I'm not surprised because that lady is racist and homophobic and transphobic. So I'm not surprised. But they also casted a bunch of people who are on the show as well. So yeah. If Traitors UK is playing on Peacock, I can watch it. Other than that, I need to get a VPN if I'm going to see that shit. You know what I mean? Okay, we got enough votes to wrap this up. Megami, the girls chopped. We love you though. 74% chopped it. 21% say she cute, and 4% are giving. Because I watched the Australian Traitors. I watched the first season of the UK one. Had a good time. Good time. And the US season of Traitors was everything. Oh my God, Siri, you were the best. Period. All right, it's on to Plain Jane. Yes, everyone. What do we think of Melania Trump? With the personality. Truth. This is Melania if she didn't marry Donald Trump and didn't need to get into the country. I'll be quiet. This is what it looks like when they don't get to, okay, Matthew? Stop it. Not fresh out of the box. Plain Jane. In GP, I have avoided saying anything about that because that's serious. So I'm avoiding it. When I tell you, if we were doing this video in the 90s and I was doing some jokes, man. Listen, after everything that just took place this week with Plain Jane, if I was in this group for the rest of the week, for the next week, I'd be wearing blue and yellow the entire time. I wouldn't even say anything. I'd just be wearing blue and yellow the whole time. After how she was talking about people, and I know about that shit, bitch, please. I'd have got right up there and been like, let me troll this hoe. Let me troll you real quick. So what do you think about foreign policy? What do you feel about the United Nations? How do you feel about people having their own, right? I want to ask you questions. We'd been playing a nasty game. Oh, opinion holes. Yeah, Cracker did do it, and the headpiece was bigger, right? Miss Cracker did a similar fit on All Stars board. Thank you for the super chat. That's crazy. To be fair, I kind of like this first look initially. I did. And if I'm also being honest here, I enjoyed when it was revealed because of like the representation for that. But if I'm comparing it to other people's looks, I'm not going to go that far. She is proud of her Russian heritage, but she's from Boston, so she wants to be a dumb bimbo Boston girl. 500 people in this live chat, by the way. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rain Pack family. Drop a tip in my jar if you feel like it getting the live chat commentary. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. 500. Whoa. Sorry, that's a lot of people. So, yes, appreciative of that. Thank y'all. I like that she had a story. And I enjoyed the story part of it. If I'm comparing it to some people's looks, I'm not going to go that far. She's cute for me, personally. The first look was giving more than the second look. Yeah, it was just cute for me. I thought it was, the judges lost it when she took off the coat. I was like, this is weird. I did. When she, I was like, why is Ru losing her shit? Because she has a breastplate on? I'm so confused. I don't know. I mean, she went from looking glamorous to basic, which was the idea and the whole point and purpose of who Plain Jane is. She wants you to think she's going to go some direction and then go a different way. That's her whole shtick. Okay. Like she looks super serious and all of a sudden she's a big fucking idiot. Right. And they received it. So, but for me personally, I mean, I'm just glad her necklace covered the breastplate that was holding it up. You know, we've been given other visuals lately. But yeah, I thought it was all right. It's okay. It's the beginning was fine. The end was, if another bitch had wore jeans in this, you would never have given her this much energy. So let's not do that today. But yeah, very that. Y'all voting for this one. Damn, y'all did this is not everyone wanted to vote on this one, but the other ones y'all were chilling. I can't. 46 of y'all said she cute. 46% of you say she cute. 40% of you chopped this bitch. 14 said giving. Damn. This is going to be a very interesting season. Oh my God. This is going to be a very interesting season. My Libra zodiac is going to be on full work here for me trying to be balanced and not go into too dark, deep of waters. It's like, where you go? You go, cock, deek. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do. All right. A lot of things were said with the judges. Words were exchanged. People laughed. People were happy. A lot of stuff like that. Let's move into this, please. I almost said something that I feel like would not be received well, and I'm not going to say it. I'll be quiet. What's the most dangerous thing a conservative gay can do? Vote. Okay, so because everything's gonna be ass backwards. But listen, I don't want to say it because they already like make me out to be like the worst person ever. But like, I mean, but that was it. I changed the joke up a tad bit, but you know. Okay, so you know, Tommy Loren steps into the workroom to vote on these people. And she decides to play a game of we're going to do this based off of who was the worst. I'm going to rank the highest, and who was the best. I'm going to put it the lowest to almost ensure I have a spot in the top two, because how everybody in Untucked, we haven't seen Untucked yet, but in Untucked, everybody was talking about how fair they were going to be. And that gave Jane the ammunition to go, I'm going to do this differently. So that way I can almost guarantee I'm going to be up there. There were other things said between folks, and I get where the placements were going. But when I tell you I was only focused on Jane's game for this one. Everyone was doing their own thing. Some folks were putting Mhi'Ya low. Some people were putting them a little bit higher. Megami was closer to the end. Like even Nymphia Wynn put Megami at third. You know, people were just voting fairly as a sense for, I guess, what based off of what the judges were saying. Jane said, no, this is a competition. I'm already throwing shots at these bitches. I'm about to really make sure I get this immunity bit. Be smart. I thought it was smart to do. I don't like what she did at all. But I'm also like, I would have done the same thing too. I think it's a good idea that I was not ready to be casted for this season. I think it's a very good idea. God help you if I had been put in this group. The way you would not have walked out unscathed at all. And I would have been countering her voting. Oh, yeah. I would have countered her right back. She would have been 6th place. And I would have said, just on her attitude, I would look right at the camera. And just because she's been a bitch all day. I'm like, I'm going to put Nymphia Wins at number 1 because she was giving and I enjoyed this. I go through all the numbers. And at 7th place and last place, I'm going to put, or 6th place, I'm going to put Plain Jane because she's a bitch. And fuck her. And look dead at the camera. Now what? I hope they play it back. Play it back. Play it back. Like, ain't no way. Who is a brick bitch with that Etch-a-Sketch lace line that you got on top of your head? The fuck are you talking about? Please. Coming in here proud to be a part of a nation of Vladimir. All right. Anywho. Okay, let's get back to playing Putin. Let's go ahead and get there. Like, like, no, we're not. Y'all, we could have been dragging. Do you hear me? There is no way. Like, we're going to play the nice girl. Like, no, she's reading. Let's read. Let's read. You want to be that girl? Come on back. I want everybody in this group to come back, please. I want everybody in this group, when you get an opportunity to, and that it's more for than just Plain Jane, any of these girls on the show, like how Mistress and Lux were. If someone throws and you don't want to bounce it back, cool. But like, don't act weird later. Bounce that shit back. Bounce it back. Like Plain came at me that way. We're going in. We're going in. We're going in. Going in. I have a word that starts with the letter U. You want to start this today? It had been all that, like, oh, relax, girl. Like, you need to relax. Like, you want to say some shit? I could say some shit too. Like, what's up? But again, I want them all to do that. Please, like, let's have fun today. As far as you girls out here saying that Tsunami and Morphine are worse than Plain Jane, it's giving weird. It's giving why we all talk about race in these situations. I'm a viewer that's enjoying all of the shade personally. So I'm not pulling it to that level, but like there is definitely a bias between some of the fans out here for sure. For sure. I'm receiving all of this. That's why I'm saying I want them to read her back because she's throwing nasty jabs. Get her back. It's a bit mean now. So you can get her. Like you don't have to play, oh, she's just being, no, get her. Because she wants that. I feel like Jane would receive some draggings. Like, damn, she read me, girl. Let me sit the fuck back on that. I think she would respect that more than what is going on with this. Okay, they're just sitting there playing off with like, we're cute. SM, if you go on to Twitter, it is madness. Tsunami was getting some threats into them. It was weird. It was very weird last week. Very weird. The top 2 ends up being Geneva, Carr, and Plain Jane. Everybody finds out they're safe, just like we know. Okay? They have to do a Becky G song. Now, silly of me to think that Geneva was going to beat Plain Jane. Silly of me. Silly of me. Silly of me. I feel like Jimbo should study how Plain Jane does their performance work. Because this is how I guess you win a lip sync with the big old titty bib on. Right? Right? Okay, cool. So, Geneva, there are so many things you did wrong in this lip sync. And that was one, look to the sky through most of the majority of it. I was pissed at you for that. You kept doing this, lighting up the sky, up the 4th of July. I didn't know who you were looking at one point in time. And you knew the words, which I was happy about, but I'm like, Again, I was taken to Encanto, and I was watching what was a good Disney movie. Now, plain Janathan over here is just walking around. So I said, well, Geneva's gonna beat her because this bitch just walking around and doing like very, I don't know how to dance, but I'm still gonna pull that peen when I get home, right? It's very that. When we left the first part of the song and got into the second, that is when Geneva started to lose. Mama shaked her titty out of her shirt, and she knew she did that. That was not like, oh, I had no idea. No, she knew what was going on, and then proceeded to continue the rest of the lip sync with that titty out. And now the focus is only on her. And then right in this moment too, Geneva, never, ever, ever let this happen again. You got me fucked up. That bitch sat in front of me and swung her full on dead rat hair in my face. I know it smells like burnt booty hole and lost promises. I know it does. The tip of someone's dick. No. No way. No way. No way. What made it worse is your reaction after she did that. You were spooked. You let her spook you? How could you let her spook you? Jay knows what she's doing. Y'all would have hated me. I would have got so physical. My whole arm would have touched her neck and pushed her out the way. Like, she jumped up and did this. No, sweetie, her hair touched me. That's attached to her scalp, which means she touched me. So now I can get physical too. My whole arm would have whooped her out the way. Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way, girl. It was you closing your mouth. Now, this is what I knew Geneva almost forgot where she was. When that tongue came out and she had to lick her lips, this is how I knew Geneva forgot where she was. In Brownsville, Texas was about to come out that ass. A whole body was about to be thrown over a huge fence, bitch, okay? Ain't no one finding her. She talking about the bodies in Russia that get, bitch, go to Mexico and have this conversation. You ain't never gonna be found again. Very close, Geneva was. Very close. She talking about, do you speak Spanish? Because they was going to get you over there, girl. They were going to be Das Vivant that fucked all that. You about to be a pinata for some folks. You playing the wrong key. Get Jane. Someone get Jane. Because Geneva was about to pull, okay? It was about to be Doug. She came over here. She didn't even buy anything over here. Nah, bitch, we going to get you. Oh, I was mad for Geneva. The Geneva step out like this. Bam. Girl, are you crazy? That's not enough, because guess what happened? She's already got you. She already put in the work. And now she's not even bothered by you at this point. So you doing all of this, I was like, no, she's literally not even paying attention to you coming in front. Ah! My computer fell. My computer fell. I'm doing too much. Listen. I laughed every time that we got a shot of it. I'm not even gonna lie. I laughed every single time because she was seriously lip syncing. She knew the titty was out. She was playing like it was. I just said, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I have to laugh. Like, I have to giggle at this. I know it's like she really didn't do nothing, but it was the personification of exactly what she wanted to give. Like a full fucking idiot just lip syncing to a song. And I was like, wow. I was the judges. I just laughed. Like, I just laughed at it. Like, and just like Hershey said, the titty is now lip syncing. Like, she's not lip syncing. The titty's lip syncing. Her pretending, oh my God, it's been out this entire time. Please. Oh, it's giving like when the housewives go on like a vacation and there's always that one person who forgot their titty tape and they're dancing. And then there's like a scene of all the housewives talking about their nipple being out. It's Luann energy. Actually, I would say Sonia Morgan. Yeah. It's definitely some Sonia Morgan energy with that titty being out. Very that. She knew. This is not a donkey kick. This is somebody who's giving birth to a big baby, but it's not a donkey kick. She fell on her ass and she probably is going to have some hip issues later. Now, I don't know what Geneva was doing in her car, but you drove behind her. You need to get into the passing lane. Why are you in the slow lane? You let her do a stunt in the middle of your stunt, and you could have easily, there was room, slide in front of her. Ridiculous. I was like, they're playing everyone nice except for Jade. This is crazy. Jade, I'm not mad at what you did. You kept the front focus. Every time she got in front of you, you got right back in front of her. She played the back too much. This lady, we didn't even pay attention. Yes, she slid in those pants. Looked like she wearing her PJs and got up early. She was late to school. Listen, her kids didn't wake her up. Actually, fuck all that. That alarm clock didn't go off, and them kids took advantage of her. So Geneva had to wake them little bastards up and said, come on, bitches. We're late to school. Ain't no one eating breakfast today. Y'all gonna have to eat in the car. Got all three of them kids up in there. She had 2 schools to go to. She put on her dress over her pajama pants and was out of there. You can't tell me what that outfit is. That's exactly what it is. She's late. She got these kids to drop off. She's going to miss her appointment. Damn it. Timothy's running a fever. What the fuck is going on? I'm telling you. This image may be used later if a certain election goes a certain kind of way in 2024. But Plain Jane won that lip sync by her nipple. God bless. Yes, keeping it. God bless her. They got the 5K and they also got immunity that they can choose to use at any time of the competition if they end up there. Now, and guess what? If that's how you feel, I'm happy for you. I'm not even being facetious about it. If y'all like Jane, that is dope. If you found what Jane did to be incredible, breathtaking, and groundbreaking, the limits that you have, that's incredible. I don't feel that way, and a lot of other people don't. And I think that we can all respect each other in that same breath by going what we are impressed with and what we're not impressed with, by also stating that we could just be on different pages while not insulting each other, right? So some people will say that this was the most incredible thing they've ever seen. I don't think they've been on Earth that long. However, that could be for them. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe the limit does not exist. Katie Heron, maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Knew not to put her in the same group as Morphine and Mirage. Oh, they would have dragged her. They bitch, they would have been reading that whole episode. We wouldn't have got nothing done that week. You don't get it. Some people don't get it. Amy's got it. Amy's happy. If Amy's happy, I'm happy. If you're not happy, Carmelo, I'm sad by that, but I know that this is not going to be too much weight for you. Okay? I just want that to be very clear. A lot of us can walk away from this being mad and then be over it 50 seconds later. Some people needed this episode to make it another day. Yeah, I don't like Miss Mama's attitude, and some of her jokes are a little too deep in the skin for me. But the way she's playing this game, I RESPECT. I want to see how she's going to continue to do it. Because if they take away the voting, how are we going to play? How are we going to do this? How are you going to be able to play the game if they're not voting all the time? So we'll see. I enjoyed what she gave, but I was a little bit more inclined with group 1 for me personally. And anybody that was hating on anybody from the first episode about Shade that's praising Jane, you're a hypocrite and you full of shit. And that I'm going to keep. Untucked didn't really do nothing for me here because low-key was Jane reading everybody in the confessionals, Megami not standing on her toes as much as I needed her to when it came to her art, everybody praising each other in a certain sort of sense, Becky G getting back there talking about representation and shit. And I was like, Untucked didn't really do it for me this week, personally. I need to see them as the whole group. I want everybody to be together. I need to see them all together now. Now it's time. Thank you for showing us everybody individually and giving us time to know everyone. Cute. Put them all together now. Now it's time to go. Now it's time to go. It's time to go. I need to see the drama. I need to see the other personalities mixed with this group. I'm ready for the rotail dip. I'm ready for it. Nymphia did break Lil Pound. That was funny. Nymphia's a hoop. This one was okay. This Untucked was kind of boring for me, but it was okay. Happy for everybody. It was a lot of reiterations of shit that we already talked about in the workroom, but I need next week. And it's a ball. Oh my God. And the full original, like the OG panel is going to be back for that too. It's a ball episode with a group of 14. That is what? 42 looks? 14, 3, 12, carry the 1. 42, 14 times 3. Yep. Shit. That's going to be a big day. Woo! Saturday is going to be fun next week, and so will the following Sunday. Seeing Nymphia in this outfit makes me mad all over again that they messed her over. You blame it on the vote. Okay? You blame it on the vote. That, Braff Waffle, that. I'll be fine. There's no Candace drag race next week, so I won't be as drained from doing multiple shows back to back to back because Candace finished for their season. Venus is the winner. And so Dragula is also ending this week. And so I will have season 16 for just one extra week before Dragged In season 2 starts. And then I heard that UK versus the World 2 starts at the beginning of February. So yeah, there'll be a few days where I'm be able to get away with this and enjoy myself without it feeling like overwhelmed. Because I love it all. Honestly, I'm happy there's a lot of drag race coming. Trust me. But sometimes I'm like, whoo, bitch, y'all are stacking stuff now. Well, thank you for so much for that. It's not that Jane did anything ground teaking, but it seems she knows the game, knows what Ru likes and taking beats from other people like Jimbo and is playing the game. I'm not mad at it yet. That's why I'm not fully upset because this is a TV show and you want to play to the person who you're trying to give you money and win. I'm not mad at that. It is just a little bit, sometimes I'm like, okay, what the fuck are you talking about, Ted? You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about, Ted? I'm like, don't even call him Jay. What you talking about, Ted? Sorry that. So we'll see how it goes. If it's something that becomes a lot more fun or something that becomes worse, we don't know how this is going to go. It's just their first episode. So I'm going to give them time. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not the biggest fan of them. Call that girl a pig. Geneva hasn't posted anything about it, so she didn't take it that way. That's fine. But I know a lot of folks were hit when that one hit. I was like, wow. At least she said Hershey was cute, but then she called her a brick later. And it was like, okay. To her face, too. I mean, low-key, not even really. She could have said it. If she wanted her to know what she said, she could have said it in anywho. Plain Jane just plays the game right. Okay. From this first episode, let's give it a couple of more days before we talk about playing the game right. Today, they played the game correctly for sure. They wanted to be in the top 2. They ensured it by making sure that they voted completely differently than everybody else that would give them the better chance of being there. They know it works for RuPaul. It worked. They're an asshole, but it worked. So yes, they played the game right and you can enjoy it. A lot of us find them to be an asshole. they're an asshole. You might like assholes. Are you a top? But like, but it is what it is. Everybody has their opinions. I know some people are going to be mad at me for stating cases today and doing this. I'm prepared to be attacked fully, like I've been consistently on my channel, right? But, well, Flavio, she didn't manage to make anything about her. Everyone else didn't step up, in my opinion. Everybody else was very, oh, and I'm like, no. So like, we want to be able to talk about people, which is why we had more to talk about with other folks. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't say she did all that work. I would say the other girl sat in the background and let her do it. And that was what really pissed me off. But I was like, why are y'all just sitting here? Stand up for life. Like, stand up. Like, come on, get your camera time. We want the sweet too, but you rolled in a room with a bitch. Be able to fight her. Like, she came in swinging, and that's why she's standing up still. Y'all was like, oh, okay, sure. It's always she's good TV and she plays the game right when it's the white shady queen. When it's the POC shady queen, it's immediately she's a bully. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Do me a favor and hit that like button, share, and subscribe and become a part of this Rant Pack family. I appreciate you so much for being here today. I saw a lot of people say Amy's name, and I made sure to scroll up there. And I would like that to be the last comment that is highlighted today. Love you, Amy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share before you walk out the door. Become part of this Rant Pack family and drop a tip in my jar if you feel like it. Tomorrow is the panel. My titties in here? The panel. Yes. Reminder, it's going to be me, Jamar84, C Diggy1, and Gabby with an I as we break down this episode again for UK versus the World 2, Monday afternoon. Early afternoon. I'm going to try to do it when I know my people overseas are still going to be awake, because I know how it is. If we do it late, y'all are most likely in the bed. Yeah. So I'm going to do an early afternoon show on Monday for UK versus the World 2. And they're doing their Meet the Queens Monday. So yes, we'll have a lot more to talk about on Monday. So yes, you got me today. You got me Sunday. You got me Monday. You got me Tuesday. I'm taking a break Wednesday, bitches. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm your favorite. No, I'm not. But like, thanks for being here. All opinions expressed today are simply yours, mine, whatever. But do not send hate to anybody that we talked about today. Do not be rude to the people who made this show possible. We had something to talk about today. If anything, we should be thankful for programming like this, okay? For sure. For real. So shout out to World of Wonder, shout out to RuPaul, shout out to Drag Race. It's been entertaining so far. We are ready for the next week. Bring in the other ladies now. Mm-hmm. If she was smart, because like, not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna if I get on the show ever, my talent show is gonna be complete idiocy. Like, it will be the dumbest thing you've ever seen. More than likely. I will still show some of my physical talents, but I'm gonna do something absolutely stupid that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And yes, Nymphia will be definitely in play there. They said, brand yourself. I said, oh my God, why not do a whole thing of, oh my God, my brain's already going there. She had a tucking class. I could do a douching one, right? So you want a bottom? That would be so funny. Okay. So you want a bottom, ba-da-ba-ba-bop, boo. Do you got IBS? Boom, boom. Talk about that Crohn's, bitch. Boom, boom. Let me get you right in. Boom, boom. Hit that shit. Shit. Hit that shit. Bitch, it would be hilarious. Okay, anywho, gotta go. Thank you for tuning in. Love you down. Give yourselves a hug from me. God bless every single one of you. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow for the panel. Listen. Yeah.